Not that life. No, if it comes up, awesome.
Yeah, I learned to stay strong. Concrete in the dirt, I was raised
live?
on. Know how to put in work.
Absolutely.
Grinding all day, you know it's game on.
Not live on
Skin is
there,
thick,
though.
yeah, it's tough. Running, yeah, we stay alive. Ain't gotta look nowhere else. All of this greatness inside. Yeah.
Hold on.
Who cares? Play it twice. I love that song. Brett Blankenship, All About the Grind, here with Sammy, my Albanian Brooklyn brother.
What's up?
Part 2.
Episode 2.
This is
And
part 2.
2 weeks in a row. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, pretty cool. Well, this is our first part 2er.
Yes, it is.
I don't think there was any way that I was going to let the story he has and the finish.
Especially when he had to cut out to go to baseball real quick.
Yeah.
So
Imagine
there
that,
was more.
Yeah,
A guy like me.
but family first.
Yeah.
So thank you, Sammy, for taking time out of your day and your business, and I do want to talk about business because it's not all about the streets, and but it does tie into who we are. I mean, your youth played a major part in even sales, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I'm a manipulator, basically. Yeah.
but somebody told me a good man when I first got sober years ago. He told me, he said, Brett, change your game, not your hustle.
Yeah.
And that made a lot of sense to me.
Yeah.
That I didn't have to be, a manipulator.
Mm-hmm.
I could actually use these tools of making people comfortable and then use it for good.
Mm-hmm.
So that was pretty cool for me.
Yeah. My defects became my assets.
What do you know? My weakness became my strength.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to beat me on quotes today. But I do have one good one to start the night off with.
Oh, what's that? You wrote it down too, didn't you?
I did. And it happens to be somewhat, from what I understand, Albanian. So I can't say it, but brave are those with many friends.
Okay, yeah, almost the same saying as tell me who you walk with, and I'll tell you who you are.
Which is another Albanian. I did not know that came from y'all.
People don't realize how Albanians actually were the original Indo-Europeans. Our language, as we were talking about earlier, is the oldest.
Right.
One of the oldest in the world.
Right. And y'all's real close allies are like Armenian and Greek.
Yeah,
Greece and.
Yeah.
Who do y'all not like?
The Serbs.
Are y'all like right beside each other?
Yeah, basically, yeah. Essentially, it's like during '91 they had the genocide, killing the Albanians. Yeah,
that's right. That was okay. See, to me, that was recent.
In '91.
Yeah, that's wow. Now, were your parents over there then?
No. I was
Okay.
actually locked up at the time.
You were locked
I
up.
went to the judge. Hey, I want to join the military. He said, I want to go fight.
Right.
They're like, nope.
Were you? Are there many Albanians that were in there, or did you join in with the Italians and everything? Because you got to click up. If you're in for a little while, right? In prison.
Yeah, we hung out. Spanish people. With Puerto
Right.
Ricans, with
Whites
Puerto
were
Ricans,
whites,
Dominicans, with
or was
Dominicans. It's a little different in New York.
Okay.
It's like the whites just get along with everybody. Essentially, it's not like down here where it's
Well, they have
like,
no choice. They are the minority in every way.
Yeah.
In every way.
But we stuck together.
Yeah.
The house I was in, it was like maybe 2-3 white boys.
How many years? You did 9?
No, 2 years.
2.
Yeah, but that's not including the other times I did a year in the state.
Yeah, I was gonna say you said 2 years like it was nothing. I'm like, whoa. I've done a few 30s here or there.
From the time I was facing, trust me, 2 years I did that standing on my head.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you have friends and family that were already in there?
Yeah.
Yeah, that made the transition a little bit easier.
Well, they weren't in the same location. They keep it separate.
Oh, yeah, they're not stupid.
But
right. They find ways.
Family.
Right.
Family.
Right.
Not blood relatives, but
right.
In the feds it was different.
When did you hit that point where you said, "Man, this just has to change"?
Oh, I told you last time. It was just when I put that gun in that guy's mouth and told him I threatened him and his family, and I was like, it's like I'm a monster, but not that kind of a monster.
Yeah.
Where it's like I come after your kids.
And then, but that was you. No, you didn't go tell people, and then somebody goes, "Dude, you need to change."
No, that was me. I knew there was something. See, but I knew there was something wrong.
When you say wrong, what do you mean? Like there was something wrong?
My thinking.
Yeah.
It's like if I say my thinking is upside down. It's like basically, the mother of my kids used to tell me all the time. It's like, what is wrong with you? I said, what do you mean, what's wrong with me? She goes, the way you think, your neuropaths, they're screwed. I said, what are you talking about? For me, it was just normal thinking,
Yeah.
right? And then after a while, I was just like, even before that, when I was like, this doesn't, it's like I knew it was wrong, right? But yet I still did it. And
Yeah.
when I was locked up, I read a lot of self-help books, Getting the Love You Want, Freud, it's just a whole bunch of stuff, right? Trying to figure out. It's like when I was locked up, I was like, something's got to change. It's like, why do I keep doing this stuff? It's like, the definition of insanity, right?
Right.
It's doing the same thing over and over again.
But I mean,
expecting
it's
different results. For me, my definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, knowing what the results are going to be and still doing it anyway.
See, I wish I didn't understand that.
Yeah.
But I do.
And it's like,
That's dangerous.
yeah, I knew what
People
the
don't
results
get
were.
it. It's like, oh, I didn't really understand, but
No,
there
I
are
knew
those.
what was going to happen.
I knew and still
Yeah,
did
still
it.
did it anyway.
Yeah.
And I knew something had to change. Something definitely had to change.
But so did you go drastic immediately to make change in your life?
Yeah, well,
Was it
criminal
friends?
aspect-
Was it separation?
Oh, yeah.
Obviously jail.
It was basically, a lot of it had to do with my ex-wife. Because the thing is, when I met her, I was, running drugs from Canada, all this
Right.
stuff, right?
Right. I remember.
Yeah, and I had my kid, and there was one time my ex-wife's dad came at me with a hammer because they found out about what I was doing,
Right.
and, the criminal background, all that.
Right.
Because one of her uncles or one of her basically her aunt's husband, whatever. He was a cop. He was an RCMP. He was a fed up in Canada.
Uh-huh.
And they ran my name, and then remember I told you my dad got locked up and all
Right.
this other stuff, and all my my name came up, my dad's name, and they were like, holy shit! It's like this guy's nuts, And I'm holding my son. I think it was like a year, and I went to go get him. She wasn't my wife yet; she was my girlfriend, and,
Right.
And went to go get my son 'cause we were going out, and he didn't want me by the house. He came at me with a hammer. He's so mad. He came at me with a hammer, and I looked. I was like, "Dude, you know who you're messing with?" In my head, I'm like, but I was like, it was my kid's granddad. It was like, it's like, look, it's like, stop, Got in the car, we took off, but they hated my guts, right? And her family was, very religious, Catholics, Filipinos.
And you're Islam. Or were you were practicing nothing at that time, were
Dude,
you?
I was practicing crime.
Right.
My God was money.
I heard. Yeah.
Power, basically. That
Yeah.
actually, it wasn't even the money; it was the power.
Yeah.
Just like, the fear, just
Yeah.
the inflicting in people and stuff.
Respect.
Yeah.
What we
It's-
thought was
Yeah,
respect.
yeah. It was false. It was all nonsense, right? And they hated my guts, right? But then they seen that I was a good dad, even though I
Yeah.
didn't. I tried it. I started to change a little here and there, and this and that, and I was still doing the dirt and everything, and I still kept doing the same thing, but I knew it was wrong and I shouldn't be doing it, but I still
Yeah.
did it anyway, right? And there was a couple of times, like, going home like 6, 7 o'clock in the morning from clubbing and from strippers and all this other stuff, and I'd see people going to work, and I'm going the other way, right? And I'm like, man, I wonder what it's like to be normal. Not like, look at these jerk offs, they're normal. Look at like these people like robots. And
Yep.
it's like, man, sometimes I'm like, I used to think it's like, man, I want that life. I want to be normal. But yet that lasted about 30 seconds. And but I had those thoughts.
Yeah.
Even when I was a kid, I was like 7 years old, dude. I had this, dude. My mind is like, it's like I think of like the crazy. It's like at 7 years old, I was thinking, what's the meaning of life? At 7, why would a 7-year-old be thinking about the meaning of life? Because I was watching all the stuff going on in my life, and my family, and stuff going on with my dad and all that. And I was like, and I seen other people, with their families and dads coming home, and
I think children. No, I don't think. I know that children are more aware than we give them credit
perceptive.
for.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. 'Cause I know I was. I knew.
And
Dude,
you begin to ask questions.
Yeah, not just to myself, not asking dad.
No,
what are you
no.
doing? Just like.
No, but you begin to process on your own. I did a lot of processing on my own early on, and I mean, I don't think I call my childhood traumatic. I think it was very odd. And it was very strict. And the way that, you could call it abuse today. I don't call it abuse, but it definitely put me.
Discipline.
It was, yeah, in a lot of ways. But there was things that went on, and I had to learn. I had to learn on my own how to process, and it wasn't always fun. I didn't know if I was right. I remember being on the school bus and being with kids, and I mean normal kids. And I'd be like, I mean, I had a mom and a dad. I mean, they went to church. They loved me, but there was something different that. I would listen to them talk, and I didn't process the way they processed.
Yeah.
And, I didn't know what that meant at that time.
Well, the thing is, like, most people in recovery are, think differently. They really do. And I say this all the time. It's like, just think about this, right? All the scheming, the manipulating, the planning, of getting to, figuring out, make sure you have enough for the day and for the next day, and, just constantly, that's a genius, man.
Yeah.
It's like most people can't even think like that,
Most people are rolling their eyes right now,
Yeah.
going, "What are you talking about, genius?"
Trust
They've
me.
never lived that life.
Most alcoholics and addicts
Yeah.
are above average intelligence. Most.
Yeah.
I'm not saying all.
Yeah,
It's
it is interesting when a lot of them get sober.
Yeah.
In my lifestyle and the people that I hang around with, and watching them come back to life, and then watching the business side of it come back.
The hustle.
I was one of them.
All about the grind.
Yeah, all about the grind. It's
Plug,
really
plug,
where,
plug.
yes, it's really where it came from. It was, it's a journey for me, because today, now, every day is a blessing. It's a gift.
Oh, absolutely.
And I know it because I'm living on borrowed time.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, and so what am I going to do with it? And even while I knew it, I still haven't always taken advantage of it. I'm an asshole one day.
It's funny we talk about this because I had a friend that he spoke at a meeting, right? And he read something. I asked him to send this to me. All right, give me 1 second. Let me pull this up real quick. Hold up. Okay. I don't have my glasses on, so bear with me. I should have brought them in. Okay. Basically, there were two twins in a mom's womb, right? The first baby asked the other baby, "Do you believe in life after delivery?" The second baby replies, "Why, of course. There has to be something after delivery. Maybe we are here to prepare ourselves for what will be later." "Nonsense," said the first. "There is no life after delivery. What would that life be? I don't know, but there will be more light than here. Maybe we will walk with our legs and eat with our mouths." The doubting baby laughed. "This is absurd. Walking is impossible, and eat with our mouths? Ridiculous. The umbilical cord supplies nutrition. Life after delivery is to be excluded. The umbilical cord is too short." The second baby held his ground. "I think there is something, and maybe it's different than it is here." The first baby replied, "No one has ever come back from there. Delivery is the end of life, and in that after delivery is nothing but darkness and anxiety, and it takes us nowhere." "Well, I don't know," said the twin, "but certainly we will see Mother, and she will take care of us." "Mother?" the first baby scoffed. "You believe in Mother? Where is she now?" The second baby calmly and patiently tried to explain. "She is all around us. She is in here. It is in her that we live. Excuse me. Without her, there would not be this world." "Ha! I don't see her, so it's only logical she doesn't exist." To which the other replied, "Sometimes when you're in your silence, you can hear her. You can perceive her. I believe there is reality after delivery, and we are here to prepare ourselves for that reality when it comes."
Wow.
All right? It's so profound, right?
Bro, because the first part I was just listening, and then it started clicking.
It's just because I was too like, what the hell is two babies talking to themselves and stuff, but it's just like like right now it's like we're in the womb, essentially, right? And we're thinking there's paradise and all this. I don't know, but I gotta believe there's something, and that's what that tells me. I don't know if there is a God or there isn't a God. I just know I don't want to meet him yet.
Yeah, yeah, I'm good with that.
You know, just
You
yet.
know, you bring up the rabbit holes of the mirror inside the mirror inside the mirror inside the mirror, and you know all the word Hollywood, the word Holly, you know, the wand, Dave, your little magic wand, you know, with Walt Disney World and the holly, you know, it was made out of a holly.
Right.
And then you look up the derivatives of Holly and what Hollywood is in the entertainment world, and you're just like the druidic and Masonic presence that is on the maritime laws we run by, birth certificates and all this stuff, and people just fly by crazy. They're crazy. They're crazy. If you stack enough of this up, I do believe in a higher power.
Yeah, so do I.
Yeah, but what I believe and how many other worlds and how many, I mean, listen, if there is a big guy that's called God, what, he can't have 50 worlds? He can't be playing on this one? You know,
Multiverse.
right, Jesus, it's time to come to lunch. Hang on, Mom, I'm almost done. You know, we're separating waters for Egypt, you know, and I'm not being sacrilegious with the Bible. I'm being dead serious.
That's another thing. It's like I'm not trying to be sacrilegious.
Yeah.
Like, the Bible for me,
Yeah.
people think it's like it's, you know, divinely written. God
Yeah.
wrote it.
Speak it.
Man wrote the Bible.
They did.
And it's just like the big book of Alcoholics Anonymous. People like, oh my God, this holy scripture. No, a drunk wrote the Bible.
Yeah.
Okay. All it is experience, their experience and how they found their higher power.
It was their story. I
Yeah,
mean, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John.
They're all stories.
The four first of the New Testament. That's why Dave and I always won trivia because I knew the biblical side of it. But the first four were really there's a lot of times it's the same instance, but it's an accounts from different views.
Yeah,
and it's totally different, and yet it ties in. And I don't understand it all. I don't have to.
That's right.
Everybody wants to understand.
Dude, you can be too smart to get this, but you can't be dumb enough.
I've
I have
never
to get
run
dumb.
across anybody too stupid.
No,
Never.
No, dude, I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
I say it all the time. I'm an idiot. I want to be an idiot.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, I want to constantly learn. It's
And
like,
what you really mean is you want to keep it simple.
yeah,
You know, because life on simple terms gets you going in business and life and
dude,
decisions.
I complicate a glass of water, dude. I really do. I swear to God. It's like the glass of water's here. Oh, it's half full. No, it's half empty. No, it's half full. No, it's half empty.
Should I drink it all now or
No,
should I wait? Now, when I drink all this, where am I going to get it from?
And it's just a damn glass of water. That's all it is. Why am I complicating a glass of water? It's like, oh, I'm an optimist. I'm a pessimist. Dude, I just live in the moment today.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, it's funny. It's like today, for example. I was at a meeting today, and this is what we were talking about outside, right? I'm sitting in, you know, I'm in the back getting coffee, and I'm having a conversation with a woman, right? And she goes, and I was like, excuse me. She goes, it's okay, sir. And I was like, oh man, I have a hard time with that sir thing, man. You know, it's like the ma'am and the sir and
The
all that
Southern
stuff.
thing?
Yeah, right? And she goes, yeah, you know, it's like I was, you know, I said, I'm not from here. It's like me either, but I came down here, and you know, that was. I said, man, it must be a Southern thing, right? And you know, it is a Southern thing.
It is a Southern thing.
100%.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm like, all right, I get my coffee, I go outside, have a quick cigarette, and then I walk back in. This guy, okay, I'm not gonna say his name, whatever, but this
Right.
guy's got issues with me. I don't know. I rent space in this guy's head rent free, dude. I swear to God, rent free. I'm telling you, I say stuff sometimes just to get just to, yeah, you know, because you know,
Right.
it's just, you know, it's
Right.
fun essentially, right? Because
Oh my gosh.
because when I go to the meeting, I say, you know, my name's Sammy, and I'm a recovered alcoholic.
Right.
Because I am recovered. I'm not drinking today.
Right.
You know, and he has a problem with that. And I was like, you know what? Small minds, you know, think like, you know, it's like like I said, not everybody's a genius in AA. Some are just idiots. You know, but
I mean, and so he didn't like you calling yourself a recovered
yeah, he's got
alcoholic?
problems with that. That's fine. Whatever.
Yeah.
And then just basically, he's just an angry man, right?
Yeah.
And after I went outside, it's like for about a month, 2 months, he's been whatever. You know, he's got. I'm telling you, I rent serious space in this guy's head. It's so funny, and people know it too. It's like, you know, and I go outside, come back, after a cigarette, come back in, and he comes at me, and he's ready to fight me, and I'm like, oh, it's on. I'm getting ready, right? And he goes, you don't like Southern people? Blah, 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 blah. I say, yo, bro, who the fuck are you talking to like that? Right? You know, and I have that grill on my face. When I
Right.
get angry, it's like,
Right.
and all of a sudden my hands clenched up.
Right.
I'm ready to swing, like waiting for this guy to swing, right? Because if he swings, boom, block. I already had in my head where I was going to hit him in the throat. Boom,
Right.
to get him, just, and I
Right.
don't fight. I don't fight just to fight. I
Right.
fight to hurt people.
Right.
Right. And that's when I get, because I say this all the time. I have a monster inside of me that's locked up in a titanium cage. I have to have him locked up in a titanium cage because of the stuff that I've done in my past, and I know that, you know, because I know how.
Well, really, to be able to do what you did, it took a certain kind of a monster.
Yeah, but
and you have that locked up.
yeah, and I have him locked up because it's not the first time. It's like, because if I wasn't sober and this guy, as soon as I see him coming, no questions, no, do you know he talk, done, you know, and I'm not fighting.
Not a
I'm not
talker.
fighting to hurt you. I'm fighting to kill you
Yes.
because it's just, I don't want you to live.
Yeah.
You know, but you know, so thank God I was sober.
Yeah.
You know, because he came at me and said, I was like, bro, who the fuck are you talking to? And I said, and I was like, well, you try to intimidate me? Because that's what it's like.
Right.
He intimidates people. And I don't get intimidated.
Right.
Trust me, I don't. Picture me, as Biggie said it best, picture me being scared of the same, you know, a motherfucker breathing the same air as me. Right? You know, and it's just like, dude, when I get to that point, I have no fear.
Yep.
I just survival. You know. Well,
Oh,
it's
I
fear.
understand.
It's fear that kicks in, but
No,
just survival
Yeah.
instinct.
My brother taught me.
You know.
Yeah.
So, and he kept coming out the side of his mouth. I said, bro, just go sit down, bro. Trust me, you need to sit down. And he was a little taller. I mean, seriously, man, dude. He sat down. And
It amped you up.
No. Because I was laughing. Because in my head, he was done already. In my head,
Right.
right? Because I know exactly. I would have folded him up like a lawn chair.
Right.
All right? I swear to God, I would fold him up like a lawn chair. Because I used to box, kickbox, things
Right.
like that.
Right.
Constantly fighting. I mean,
Right.
And who knows? Maybe he did too. Whatever. It doesn't matter, right?
Right.
I don't underestimate anybody, right? But I know what I'm capable of.
Right.
So, and it's, the way the room is, it's like I'm sitting like here, right? And he's facing me, right? He's against the wall, and I'm sitting on the side here. He's facing this way, right? And I feel him grilling me. But this guy, I'm renting just so much room in this guy's head. You see him trying to grill me, and I'm there like this, smiling, just. But I'm peeping from the, you know,
Right.
because I have a cup of coffee in my
Oh,
head.
yeah.
I would basically, like, if he makes a move, I already have a plan in my head what I'm going to do to him.
Because there are some wackos that come in from time to time.
Yeah. I know. But it's just in my head, because no words. If he comes at me, I know exactly he's going to start talking shit.
Yeah.
I got coffee in my hand. I'm going to throw it right in his face, go straight for the throat, punch the throat, make him choke, right? Because once you hit that,
yeah.
he's down, right?
Yeah.
And take his head. Basically, I ran through the whole thing. But then I was like, God, please help this man. Not for two reasons. One, because he's going to get hurt, right? And because he's sick.
Mm.
And I kept saying to myself, God, help this man. Please help this man. Please help this man. And I kept saying it. And, you know, because I was calm. And he was still seething. And he was still, you know, and some people are sicker than others in the rooms.
Yeah.
You know?
Hurt people hurting people.
Yeah, and you know, and he's an angry man, and it's just not the only person he's had issues with. Too.
Yeah.
But it's just like either way, you know. And it's not like I've not. It's like I knew he had issues with me, and I've taken that step forward all the time, extended a knowledge. Hey, how you doing? You know.
What do you say? Progress, not perfection.
Yeah.
There was no fight.
Oh yeah. No, I know.
That's progress.
But because the thing is, because if this
That's
would
what
have
I'm
been when I
saying.
first came
Oh,
in,
I can tell you amped.
Yeah.
You've already.
Yeah, no, if this would have happened when I first came in.
And then it goes into slow motion. I love that.
Oh
Part.
yeah, no, I don't know. I just see red.
Yeah.
I don't see anything but red.
Yeah.
That's
It gets
It's like,
slow.
yeah, boom, boom, boom.
I hum.
You?
I hum.
I'm like,
I can't help
you know
it.
what
I don't know
say?
where I got it from.
You know what I get? Dun 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 dun.
Hey, I don't hum that.
Dun, dun,
I hum
dun.
weird stuff.
No, me. It's
I
a-
don't. It's like
You did.
and it's just I don't know. It's like a circus, I guess. I don't know.
It's a good. I do that because when I used to box, I used to have a rhythm, right? So it was all about rhythm for me. when I'm
Maybe
fighting.
that's what it is.
Yeah, it's
You're
about
right.
rhythm, yeah.
You're right.
See, that's in my head. I
'Cause
got that.
I have a rhythm to
yeah,
me.
I have the dog Vader.
I
that-
do because I was never in boxing other than backyard play around goofball stuff. My street boxing was I would learn that flint, and once I learned, they got me first because I was young. They learn your flinches like a boxer. And Floyd Mayweather was probably one of the greatest. Boy, once he picked up your flinch, it was over. He'd go here and poop, he's already sitting there popping you because he knows you're going to lean, this way, that way. So I know exactly what you mean about big guy, little guy. It doesn't matter.
No, dude, I don't.
If you're in a ring, listen, I saw a roundhouse, not like the leg one, but just the guy, it's the first time MMA wasn't even around. It was back when I was in clubs. This guy's standing here, not a big guy. And he went backwards and around with just a straight arm and did the back arm and, caught the guy right on the chin.
Dude, that,
It was just like like you said, like a lawn
Lawn
chair.
chair.
He folded like a lawn chair. I was like, whoa, what was that? It was so damn fast.
it's funny. My ex-wife, I'm not big,
Right.
I'm not tall, There was a situation too in Canada, right? This guy came out, like basically, came out the side of his mouth, and he went, he hit my girl. Bro, I'm a lion when I protect my den. I turn around, bow, hit him. The guy just folded, right? And my girl's like, "What happened?" I said, "Don't worry about it. Let's get out of here."
Shout out to John Everson. He's the first. He was a boxer, and he taught me how to roll my punch, and that's when I started getting heavy hands.
Yeah.
Now I'll have to, knowing you were a boxer, I'll have to bring all my. I used to get the Ring magazines, and in the 80s and 90s, and then all of a sudden here came Tyson, and I have all the Ring.
Oh, Tyson's a beast.
Oh my gosh, he was just destroyed.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Until
He goes
people
in
learned his
head.
rhythm.
Yeah. In his head, because he streets of Brooklyn, almost same neighborhood. It's to kill. I'm going in there to kill him.
He had no choice.
Yeah, and that's the mentality we had
Yeah.
growing up.
His first fight? It was when there was a bully in the neighborhood that killed one of his pigeons. Went up there, had his pigeon, and killed and did the pigeon's neck. And he was so mad because Tyson, I guess, was chubby back then, and was so mad that he knocked the guy out and realized, hey, I can fight, and became the bully of the club.
And it's funny. It's like I say when I use Tyson as not a metaphor, but what do they call it when the stories?
An example?
Yeah, Tyson, alcohol. The best way in drugs for me, the best way to describe it is Tyson in his prime. I'm in the ring. And my disease is my trainer and my coach tell me, hey, you got him. You can take this guy. You can definitely beat his ass. 100%. I know you can take him. You can control this thing and everything. Go in there, boop, bop, boop, bop, bop, bop. Come back and bruised, battered, buff, bloody, just nose bowed to the side of my head. And he says, man, Sammy, you almost had him, Sammy. You were this close. Yeah, I'm telling you. You can take him. You can take him. You can take him, Sammy. You can take him. Oh, yeah, you know what? Yeah, I can't. Go back. Boop, boop, and I do it round after round after round. Until one day, a little old man, Mickey Finn, was outside the ring. He said, Sammy, you know you can get out of the ring. What? I can get out? He goes, yes, I'm getting your ass kicked. Get out of the fucking ring.
Marianne, I think it was Marianne that said one time, I'm not sure if it was on the podcast, but she said, no, it was another young lady in the rooms, but she said, I don't have to go to every fight I'm invited to.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Dave nods his head as a normal guy. To me, that was like mind blowing. What? You mean when somebody barks at me, I don't have to bark back? What an anomaly, man. I never even thought of that. Actually walk away?
That's exactly what I did today.
That's hard to do.
dude.
It's getting easier though.
I'm
Some days.
Well, the only thing is, that I know it's like now it's like I'm not worried about people trying to harm me.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you want. I get my ass whooped. I can take the beat. Whatever,
Yeah.
whatever, right? But when it comes to my family, I'm an animal. I'll let that monster out quickly. I'll even help open the titanium cage because the thing is I'm protective. Another example, I was in Fort Lauderdale. This is last year. Matt, Matt, right?
Yeah.
You know, he was down there with us, right? And we went out. We were having a great time. I was the designated driver. It was my, my kid's mom's birthday, and it was 50th and everything. And we were having a blast. Everything was good, right? Towards the end of the night, we're dropping the two friends off. It was me, my now ex, her best friends, two best friends in the back, and one of her best friends, I don't know, friend, boyfriend, I don't know what he was, but. And I was driving them home, back to the hotel, and then a guy comes on a bike. Motherfucker, you almost hit me. What? What are you talking about? There was nobody on the road, dude. There was nobody on the road. It was like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. What are you talking about? And he came at my window. I was like, he started yelling. I was like, bro, if you know what's best for you, I'd walk away. I said, please, just, do you want on the way? You try to hit me? And then come to find out the next day, I'll tell you what happened when we find out the next day, right? And he started getting louder and louder. And I was getting ready to get out the car. I went to go grab the, no. First, I rolled up the window. I was like,
Right.
And he got pissed off and he punched the window, right? And I was like, this mother. And I went to go get out the room. My ex and a friend grabbed my arm and pulled me back in. And I'm like, all right, all right. And then on the other side, because they were getting out.
This is pre-sobriety.
No, this is during sobriety.
During sobriety,
yeah. And they were in the back, right? The windows were open, and they were getting out of the car to go inside the hotel. And this guy started coming around the car, right? I was like, oh, this motherfucker's trying to hurt me. Because I had my girl there and, her friends and stuff. Protective, right? I get out of the car. They try to grab me. I said, wow, get out. I went around the car. And he started coming back around me. And first instinct I was going to kick him right in the chest. I already played exactly what
Right.
things when I'm fighting. I boom, boom, pop in my head, quick,
Right.
bam, just like that, right? And I know how to knock him out and this and that.
Right.
Even if he blocked, just everything counter. And my leg, I swear to God, my leg started lifting, and I was like, no, don't do it, Sam. Don't do it. Don't do it. There's cameras, this and that. And then, only because,
Cameras are big.
But wait, let me finish. No. And then what happened was it got to the point, it was like, because in New York, it's like you're getting locked up. Any fight doesn't mean you're both getting locked up, right? And then all of a sudden, the guy came out and this and that, and they were trying to separate this. And I seen my girl's friend on the floor. And I said, oh, this motherfucker hit her. So the first thing I did was I grabbed his head, right? The back of his head like this, right?
Right.
Bow! My knee went straight up his head. Blood all over the place. The guy was out, right? And they're like, Sammy, what'd you do? I said, what are you talking about? He hit me. He hit her. And we got to go. Let's get out of here. Boom. And then I just realized, oh, I forgot. This is Florida. Stand your ground law. Oh, I could have hurt this mother. I forgot, So we took off. Now, this is the best part, right? We took off, right? They went inside the hotel. Me, my girl, and a friend, we went back to the hotel in the morning because my girl's a friend had to go to the airport. I was taking her to the airport. And she goes, my God, Sam, it's like, I can't believe last night. And then Matt, who was with us, went back to the hotel early. And my wife the night before said, you really need to talk to Sammy. It's like, he's went nuts. So, but Matt's still, he's in clueless. And we started talking. And my wife's friend, she goes, my God, that was a crazy night. And I said, yeah, man, when he hit you, that's when I went black. She goes, what do you mean
Don't
hit me?
say it.
She goes, what do you mean hit me? I said, he didn't hit me. I said, why the hell are we on the floor? She goes, I was trying to protect you. I went for his legs. I was like, oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we started
you-
crying.
you knocked out a guy.
Yeah, I knocked out the guy thinking he hit her, but he didn't. She
She was-
actually attacked him essentially, and I'm like, oh my god.
That's a good woman.
Yeah, and I was like, dude, you're ride or die, Jake. Dude, I take you any. I told her, I said, you know what? I would take you anywhere. We were ride or die.
That
Girl,
is
let's
awesome.
go. You
That
know?
is for a minute there, I thought it was back in New York. This happened. This happened in Florida. Okay,
yeah.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Is this stand your ground?
This is last a year and a half ago.
Yeah, this is stand your ground. Yeah.
And dude, and I'm not I'm no longer as violent as I used to be.
Yeah.
I've calmed down so much. I had to.
Yeah.
I didn't want that lifestyle anymore. You know, I didn't want to have a worry look over my shoulder. I didn't want to have to, because I was.
Was it just you that made that change? I mean, was there men that walked with you?
No, I had men that didn't, walk with me, but they,
And it can
they
be
shot
alone.
gems. They shot
but I mean,
gems
you've
at
made
me.
so. I mean, you're sitting here, closing a very good deal today in a regular legal business,
Imagine
right?
that.
For a national company.
If the company knew who they hired, man.
I was
listen.
wondering about
Why do you think
that.
I'm covering the shirt I'm wearing?
I forget.
And it's not
You
Columbia.
don't, as this thing grows, you better be careful. I'm gonna tell you what though, let this thing grow, let them watch it to this end, and let them see the man you are today and the men that you get to help. I mean, do you help others? Do you reach out?
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. I help.
New
I help
knuckleheads,
a lot of guys.
new street guys that have come in, or
The thing is, it's like, with everything I've been through, it's like I found my purpose in life. At 7 years old, I was like, what's the reason for life? Like what's the purpose of life essentially? It took me a long time to get there, but I finally found my purpose. I had to go through like I say it all the time, my past is perfect. If God came down to me and said, Sammy, if there's anything you can change in your life, I will let you change it. Mickey, based on one of my old-time sponsors, told me that question. God came down and asked you if you can change it, what would you
that
change?
was one of my questions.
And I said, I was, I would change this, I would change it. So, keep coming. And then it dawned on me, just, I'd say maybe 3 years ago, I was like, my past is perfect. I wouldn't change a thing. I really wouldn't change a thing, because the thing is, what'll happen if I change anything in my past, right? It would change who I am today, and I love me some me today.
When did you know you started loving you?
When I kept another thing what I used to do, basically, my old time sponsor, look in the mirror, Sammy, and tell me what you see. I could never look at myself in the mirror. He goes, okay, now start looking yourself in the mirror and start telling yourself you're worth it. You're worth it. And I'd go, I can't do it, Mickey. I can't do it. It feels awkward. It feels weird. He goes, yep. How about this? Say, Mickey believes I'm worth it. And I started, Mickey believes I'm worth it.
Letting them love you before you could love yourself.
Yeah. And I started doing that, and all of a sudden, things
Another
changed.
dude.
Yeah, and because the thing is, I didn't think I had any worth or value from all the guilt that I had. It's like there's a difference between guilt and shame for me, right? Guilt is the stuff that I created and did. Shame is the stuff that was done onto me. And people
Like the early years. And all.
yeah. It's like I had no control over, right?
Watch part 1 if you want to know what we're talking about.
And it's just, it got to the point where it was like, I started saying, yeah, Sammy, you're worth it. Yeah, you're Sammy. And then all of a sudden it changed. Instead of me saying, yeah, you're worth it. Yeah, I'm worth it. I deserve better. I have value.
I'm just starting. This is weird now. I mean, it's not weird. Not for you or my life. Write down every coincidence and then tell me there is no God. Because that was another topic that I was going to get into, is knowing my value and knowing my worth. And it's a new door for me at 54.
Yeah.
Really starting to realize, business and even throughout my idiocies.
The material stuff.
Yeah, I knew I could create and do, but that wasn't what mattered to me. There was something else. It was that hole that was just missing. No matter how the accolades you piled on, or attaboys, or you're blowing up this store and blowing up that town, and I mean, it was good for a moment, and then it was like, I guess a lot like drugs or alcohol. I mean, just it was fleeting.
The greatest line I ever heard was, "You are enough. You are enough."
I don't know if I'm there yet.
No,
This is a journey.
It's dude, I'm not there yet. I still.
I have
still
days where I know I'm enough. I'm having a blast.
Yeah.
I have those other days I wake up and I'm like, I ain't worth shit.
Yeah. See, that's the fear, right? When doubt whispers in my ear,
Yeah.
that's when I get there, and it's a whisper.
It is a whisper.
It's like, oh, maybe I can't.
Yeah.
It's self-deprecation essentially.
Which brings me to the manifestation.
Yeah.
Holy,
Manifest
I mean, that's
destiny.
really what he had you doing. I mean, one of my questions was going to be how much weight you put on manifestation.
Oh, what I say this all the time. The sharpest tool in my toolbox is my tongue. What I say, I manifest. What I manifest, I create. If I keep saying, I'm an alcoholic, I'm going to drink, I want to go drink, I want to go drink, I'm going to start to manifest that in my head, and then I'll finally just do it. It's like, for example, I was in a meeting the other day, and this young kid comes in, I want to go drink, I want to go drink. And they did it to me, right? There's the door. Don't let it hit you where the good Lord split you, right? And people are like, oh, don't say that. Why? I can't. Nobody's going to stop him from drinking if he wants to go drink. Why is he really here? I ask him, why are you really here? Because I need help. So what? Do you want to drink or you don't want to drink? Well, I don't want to drink. So do you want to drink or you don't want to drink? I don't want to drink. That's why I'm here. And say that. I'm here because I don't want to drink. And when you start saying that, you start believing and manifesting it and then creating it.
Are you able to teach your children that?
Yes. I tell my kids, it's like, anything you put your mind, not just your mind, you got to put the longest distance in the world is 18 inches.
Yeah.
From your heart to your head. As long as you put your mind and your heart into anything, you can do anything you want. You may fail at it. And I tell them,
So true.
you may fail at it.
Yep.
But you put the effort in. It's like trying. Oh, I'm trying. Oh, you trying?
I told people we were going to do a podcast. You should have seen the looks I got.
All the time.
Oh, I mean, crazy. I mean, what you're going to do you're in furniture. You're doing a what? I don't know. It's just, we're going to do a podcast. What's it going to be about? Me and my journey. What is that? I'm going to have guests that tell stories. I don't know.
Look, you're getting, gone viral, but he will.
Let me tell you something.
What you manifest, you create.
Oh, I know what the thing's going to do.
Manifest destiny.
But I also am really good today. Not today. Finally, this part I got. I was always too quick to the gun to go, yeah, buddy, here it comes. Lord, like, man, come on, Brett. Easy does it.
Yeah.
Let me get ahead. Let me have the glory that I deserve, because I can't do this.
Here's a hack for you. We're responsible for the effort, but the outcome's left up to God.
Yep. And if I'm willing to live with failure doesn't scare me.
Not
Not
it
the
was
least
success
bit.
that scared me for a long time.
Success still scares me.
Yeah.
I failed so many times in success. I don't fail in failure much.
Mm.
I get really dialed in. But you let things start going right. You let business doing well. You let all, today I have tools.
Mm.
In my 30s, I didn't. I mean,
Yeah, of
business
course.
was booming, man. I mean, I was at the creme de la creme. I had a store in Bradenton. We were running around. I was managing all these stores, and we'd go to national shows, and people know your name, and you speak, and they listen. And I mean, I had this one lady that flew in from a national finishing company and followed me around for 3 weeks to try to figure out what we were doing. That was so great. And she thought it was me, and I did too.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
Huh?
It wasn't me. No,
Well,
I was a
you.
part of the tool.
It was
I was a
you.
part of.
It was. You see, that's the thing. It's like, it is still me.
Yeah.
Okay.
The effort is all me.
Yeah. So it's like, it wasn't all me. It was
Yeah.
like, oh, it wasn't. No, I put the work in.
Yeah.
Now whether the outcome, acceptance, right?
Yeah.
Here's the crazy thing about acceptance. Just because you accept something doesn't mean you have to like it,
Yeah.
right? And it's just like, and sometimes it's like failure. I got to accept it, but it's just, but success too. It's like people are like, oh, God does this, everything. It's just, for me, I'm sorry. But
Say it,
God,
say it.
God does not
He
do
does
anything
not.
for me.
No.
All he does
Say
is
it.
he blesses me.
Yeah.
On his time, not my time.
I think he toils the soil that our labor will grow the fruits.
Mm-hmm.
And if I toil the soil of if there's a higher power, there's a lower power.
Mm-hmm.
If I toil the soil of the lower powers fields, I will grow and you were
wolf.
very good as an
wolf.
Albanian gangster, and you've been very good in the legal business side of it as well, and in adjusting your life. And you just adjust. Same
pivot.
hustle. You pivoted.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
pivot.
you used that word last time, didn't you? I like that word.
I pivot.
I'm gonna start using that
Yeah.
because I say I adapt, and I do. I'll say this in business. I allow myself to change my mind change my mind as many times as I like.
For me, adapting, right, is basically accepting the failure. Me is not accepting the failure. When I say pivot, I failed here. Now I pivot, do something different to make it success.
Yep. And the greatest ones of them all have that.
Yeah.
I mean, you watch these good businessmen and women and businesses, and they pivot well and they pivot fast.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what's the problem. As you get to be larger companies, it's harder to pivot quick. Like I can pivot fast.
Yeah.
I can make that a dance room in about Dave? About an hour. And we literally have DJs. It's rinked off, and there's a strobe light. It's actually on the set right now.
My disco ball.
Yes, it hangs, and it actually has been in parties. So I like running to the uncomfortable. I was talking to Don Marie about cold showers, and it's not that cold showers fix everything. It was just something I didn't want to do. And so I started that 3-second, get it really cold and get in there. And now I'm sitting in the pool at 67 degrees. I'm not at the 30s yet, but I'm sitting it for 67 seconds, or 67 degrees, for 3 to 5 minutes now. And I talked to Don Marie about it, and she's like, "Oh no!" And talked to Dave about it. "Oh no, I can't stand cold. I can't either."
Yeah.
But man,
we adapt.
Whatever we're stretching and working out, I'm a lot of isometrics. I'm not a big weights guy,
I have a little weight, so
yeah, I'll get back into it. But I mean, my body, I went some years. I mean, I went through rhabdomyolysis, and it took me some time to rebuild back my muscle. I mean, it was a journey when I went through there. I wouldn't wish that on nobody. So I'm starting to feel physically, now, or I mean, my push-ups, I can do not as many as I want, but I can go to failure for a pretty long time. And so now I need some more resistance. I'm about ready for weights. But I had a frozen shoulder that I thought would never get fixed. And my son got me working on some things and so now I stretch to the point of the uncomfortable. I find wherever that shoulder is uncomfortable, and I got so mad, I was like, fine, then just break and I'll get a surgery. And come to find out, I was breaking up the calcium or the deposits that were in there. And I mean, I'm not telling you I'm 20 years old and I'm still 54, but today I was stretching. I couldn't even put my arm back behind my back for how long, Dave?
Oh, years.
Years. I mean, I learned
But I guarantee if you were drinking, you'd have
Ooh, son.
the cops put it.
Oh yeah, in 2 seconds. What are you talking about? Forget about it. It never hurt after about 6 Patrons. I never even knew it was there. Oh my gosh! As a small business owner, there are no safety nets. There's nobody behind you. If you can't get it done, it just doesn't get done. I mean, we had an 18-wheeler hit the sign of our store on San Jose. And actually hit the pylon, so hit the whole metal box. So I mean, this is like 1 inch thick metal or 2 inch, whatever. So they're gonna have to rebuild this whole thing. So there I am, 22 feet up on a ladder on a round pole with moving tape, taping my sign up because there wasn't nobody else was gonna come out there and fix it, So that's sometimes in small business that grind, to look up that's why I like the program.
Mm.
You know, you get to look up and you know there's other people there that's been there and been through it, and you know, now how to pass it on to your family, how to make sure your kids don't walk in the same world you did.
Well, my first two kids actually, and when I first got sober, you know, back in '97, after I got out of prison, you know, it's like, I had parole and this and that. So in the beginning, it was like 6 months. You know, I was like dibbing and dabbing, whatever.
Yeah.
And I said, because back in when I got locked up, it was called it was the old law and then the new law, and now it's a new law. But basically, if I would have got violated, you know, the time, I was looking at an asshole full of time, right? If I violated, so I checked myself in, went into rehab, Daytop Village up in upstate New York. And I came out, first thing, you know, it's like they said, you know, the people that are the most successful are the people that go straight to a meeting after leaving rehab, right? And that's what I did. As soon as I left rehab, I went straight to a meeting. And, you know, it's like listen and get a sponsor and all that stuff. And I, you know, basically that's when I met Mickey, you know. And I'm telling you.
How long did he walk with you?
For 4 years.
Wow.
And then he passed. He had like 62, 63 when he died. He was like 65, 60. He was one of the original guys that actually helped, you know, with one of the founding 100.
Wow.
So he was an old school kind of guy. Kid, shut up. What do you know?
Right,
friend's sober.
exactly.
I spilt more than you drink, you know, all that crazy stuff, right? So it's just like, you know, and it's like they therapize.
I miss that sometimes.
They therapize my AA.
Yeah.
It's like, this isn't a fucking, you know, stop sharing the mess, share the message and solution, and you know, and that's why I'm like that now, because I think, because all that stuff he said to me made it's like, you know, it kept me sober. So I got sober, and you know, beautiful house, beautiful car, beautiful.
How
wife.
long did it take? Like when you got sober, I mean,
first time.
no, I mean, no, once you got sober, I mean, the financial side and the business side and
Oh, well, the thing is, like, you know, I had to get back on my feet.
did you have a lot of restitution to do and everything?
I had to pay a lot of restitution. I still owe restitution from back then. I'm still paying it. Well, you hear the
Understood.
Because remember, there's part 2 of my of my life too, right?
Right.
So it's like, you know, you got part 1,
Right.
and then there's in between, there's
Yeah.
some serenity, and then
The consequences.
Here's you know, there's a question that, you know, I ask people sometimes. If there was a movie made of your life, what would the title of the movie be? And I thought about this for a long time. I would say, this is what I said, right? It's peace after the chaos, right? And then there's part 2, chaos again.
So you went back to drinking.
Well, no, not drinking, using.
Using.
Yeah.
Because, so alcohol wasn't the solution, so then drugs.
No, drugs wasn't my problem. It was the alcohol.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Alcohol is my problem, dude.
So if you do little drugs, then perfect sense.
Because when I was dealing and all that stuff, you never got high on your own supply.
Right.
You know, come on, the 10 grand commandments.
Right.
Biggie. You know, never get high on your own supply.
That's
you know,
right.
So,
Yeah.
and it was true. It was like, I never got high on my own supply. I used to drink. I got locked up and stayed sober. Right, I got first time. I was, you know, one chip. You know, they basically call them first time winners up. You know, so
Right.
over here you guys call them
One chip wonders.
Yeah, all this other whatever. Like, we're all one chip wonders.
Right.
We're all first time winners because
Right.
when you finally do this stuff, you end up staying. And you know,
Yep.
and so I stayed sober for a long time. You know, and now still an animal.
Right.
You know, womenizing, and you know, I
Right.
was married and all this other stuff. You know, my ex-wife was a saint. Like I was saying, her family, well-grounded. I'm telling you, I don't know what it is. It's about guys like us. We find
Some good
top
ones,
shelf
don't we?
women, solid women that don't drink and support. And we just, what's the, you know, anyway.
We abuse our privileges.
No, you know, we turn them into monsters just like us, essentially. But they're still, you know, good women. It's like, you
Oh
know,
yeah.
and because the woman
They gotta live through it.
The woman I was with now was like, she had no idea about criminal life. Even my ex-wife, no idea about criminal. You know, well home. They had the normal white picket fence family type thing, right? And you know, I come into the picture. It's like, that's why the dad chased me with a hammer, right? I do the same thing if I had a girl, you know. I do. Some guy come at my door, criminal like that, shotgun at the door. You think you're coming in this house? You know. But you know, there's guys like me out there.
Yeah.
I think I don't have a daughter, dude. I thank
Yeah.
God I don't have a daughter.
Yeah. Yeah, thank God I do. Cute one, dadgummit.
I have 5 sons, so.
Oh my gosh.
So, you know, I got, you know, my life was in order. I was no longer criminal. You know, the criminal life was done with after I got locked up. So I was like, I needed to change. I needed to do something different. I got to the rooms, started helping guys out and everything. And I kept hearing this thing, you know, everybody's like, oh, you know, God is the answer. God is the answer. He's going to provide all the solutions. He's going to do everything for you and this and that. And, this. And I kept hearing the same thing. And, you know, it's like contempt prior to investigation, right? It talks about the big book of Alcoholics Anonymous, right? And I had contempt because the thing is, if there is a God, because when I first came into the rooms, it's like, you know, I said, Mickey, I don't want to hear about God. I don't want to hear about none of this nonsense, dude. Nothing, all right? There is no fucking God. You know, if there was a God, he wouldn't have did this to me and that, this and blah, blah, blah. And he goes, you know, yes, I'm an atheist. He goes, well, let me ask you, fucking Mickey, let me ask you a question, kid. You ever read the Bible? No, why the fuck would I do that? He goes, well, you're not an atheist, kid. You're a fucking moron. I was like, how fucking dare you? You know, how dare you? Dare you say that to me?
That is awesome.
You know? Contempt prior to investigation.
Yeah.
All right. So, you know, after some time, I kept hearing that same thing because I kept hearing people, you know, I seen people changing, and you know, I still doing stupid shit, but not criminal.
Yeah.
You know, I wasn't happy. I wasn't this and that, right? I was happy, but I wasn't peaceful inside. You know, I still had a lot of, you know, chaos inside of me, and I was trying to figure things out still. I did the steps and all that stuff, right? I started helping guys out.
Laughter amongst the masses
You know,
and terror alone.
yeah, exactly.
What the hell am I?
That's exactly
This
it.
is supposed to be working.
Yeah, and that's exactly what it is. It's like, you know, they would tell me you got to help him. You know, it's like I had like 30, 60 days sober, whatever. Mickey said, go help that guy. I said, what do you mean? I can't nothing offer that guy. I'm 30 days sober, 60 days sober. He's got 1 day, show him how to stay sober for 30 days. So I took that and ran, right? I took that and ran. So, and I stayed sober for about 12 years, 13 years. And about a year and a half, 2 years, all right, well, basically 10 years sobriety, right?
Mickey's passed by now,
Yeah,
right?
Mickey's passed. I got a new sponsor, Danny. All right, Danny the Butcher.
Mickey and Danny, I love
Mickey
it.
Finn, Danny the Butcher. I hung out with Frankie Knuckles, Big Book J. We all had
Oh
nicknames.
my
They all had
God.
fucking nicknames. That's the kind of guys
I love
ran out
it.
in the street with nicknames.
Forget
guys.
about
I come
it.
back inside the rooms. I'm running with guys with nicknames. You know, you know. So it's just the irony in that. It's funny, right? So you know, Danny's helped me out in this, that, and his sponsors, Joe, and about, you know, after 10 years sobriety, I started going to church. I converted to Catholicism, and I got so enthralled in the church. I started teaching CCD. I studied the Bible. You know, RCIA. I got into charismatic community. I was speaking in tongues. Dude, I was so enthralled in this, right?
Because we dive in.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I found Jesus. Lord Jesus, my Savior. He's going to do everything for me. He's going to do everything for me.
Yes.
And here's the problem here. I spent so much time in the church, in the community. I slowly started not going to meetings. I slowly stopped helping alcoholics. I slowly stopped calling my sponsor. Stopped helping people out, right? Because I was doing it in the community. I found the Lord Jesus. And I ended up picking up heroin. The drug that I used to deal, I said I would never do. And I went from owning a beautiful home in Ridgewood, New Jersey, which is a very affluent neighborhood, great job, great money, things are going great. Ended up getting divorced, losing it, but basically gave everything away, essentially. You know, I gave it to her, whatever. It doesn't matter because of my kids, because I didn't want my kids not to have a home like I did. So I gave her everything. And then I got my own place. And within 6 months, I was back to dealing drugs. I was back in the South Bronx in a roach-infested project apartment, renting a room. Now I wasn't big time anymore.
Yeah.
I was pitching on a corner, selling
Just
dimes.
enough to get your fixes.
Basically, yeah, exactly. That's all it was. And I did that for a long time. I got popped a few times, this and that. I beat the cases. I'm telling you, dude, I got caught with so much fucking heroin one time. Seriously, I got caught with 100 packs. 100 packs is like a lot.
Individually wrapped?
No, dude, 100 packs is 1,000 bundles.
Holy
Okay, okay.
It's a lot.
Dude, and I'm a drug addict. I'm a drug addict. I went to rehab, beat the case. Dude, I manipulate the shit out of the system in New York. It's very easy to manipulate in New York because, it's like, here, I would have been fucking life
Yeah.
down here.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't do any dirt down here. Trust
Yeah.
me. I don't do any dirt. You guys don't play down here. You know?
They don't. Not about drugs.
No, not at all. So what happened was, basically I turned into, from up here to way down there. Alcohol was killing me slowly. Heroin brought me to my knees. And I did some horrible shit too with heroin too. And I still worked and hustled and worked, but I got high every day. Now to the point I was just maintaining.
I was going to say, just to get high, just to be normal.
Just to feel normal, waking up sick.
How long did it take before you were just getting high to be normal?
I had a dealer's habit, so they tell you everything right there.
Yeah.
It's like it basically it's like $200 worth just to get normal.
Yeah.
And then to feel the high, it's $300-400. And it was constant, and it got worse and worse.
That's a grind.
Yeah, and I was hustling it and manipulating. Dude, I was that dope fiend that I was making fun of when I was hustling big time.
Yeah.
I was like, these piece of shit motherfuckers. I became that, dude. I didn't care about anyone. My ex-wife, my kids. Dude, I was living in the streets again. But I still had a roof over my head. I managed to rent a room. I didn't have my own place. I didn't have a car. I always had a roof over my head. From that time when I was 16, I said I'll never be homeless again. And I was never homeless because it's like, I always didn't want.
The insanity of all else is gone, but I have a roof over my head, so I'm good. I've done okay.
Yeah, that's it.
We get crazy. So what was that final breaking?
Now, it got to the point this is when I met my, now my ex, whatever.
Yeah.
We had the kids and stuff like that, When I first met her, I was sober for about 6 months. And like I said, that love and the feeling stuff scared the shit out of me.
Yeah.
Because she saw me. It's like, I was going through a whole bunch of crazy shit too, there was
But it wasn't court systems or anything.
No. Well, I had courts. Dude, these cases were getting fucking thrown out left, right. I don't know.
What years was this?
Huh?
What years was this?
2000.
Who was mayor in New York back then? It wasn't Rudy.
I think it was de Blasio.
Okay.
I don't even fucking remember, dude. Honestly, I was so fucking high, I don't even remember.
Heard.
Yeah, I wasn't. Dude, I didn't fucking care.
Yeah, mayor.
Yeah, man. What the fuck?
Yeah.
There's
something past this block.
Yeah. Not even, dude. That's because that's all I care about.
Yeah,
just getting
tunnel
high.
vision.
Yeah, I didn't care about nothing. I was just scheming to just make sure I didn't feel sick this and that way. But I was still managing life. I was still working here and there and this and that. I'd find some, get, little, go to rehab and then it got to the point where I was like, fuck rehab, this and that. I got to the point where I was like, you know what? I'm going to die a fucking junkie. It's like, this is it. This is my life. It got to that point, right? Now, I'm with the woman, my kid's mom now. And I managed to get another, 6-figure income job, still getting high, right? Dude, I lost that too. And dude, she goes, you have 9 lives, man. You always manage to pull shit out. It doesn't matter what it is. You always manage to pull it out. 6-figure income, no problem. jobs, no problem. This and that. People like, oh, I can't get a job. What the fuck are you talking about? You hustled your ass off to get that fucking hit of crack, and you think you can't get a job?
That's true.
Dude, are you fucking mental? They're manipulating this. That's what I'm saying. We're above average fucking intelligence. We are 100% above average. I'm not going to tell you what my IQ is, but, it's like, I'm up there, right? Because the thing is, I'm a schemer. I know how to manipulate. I know how to, dude, I got into telecom. I had no fucking experience in sales, no experience in fucking telecom, right? So, and back then, even you can still do that shit now, like the background, whatever, right?
Right.
I looked for telecom companies that went out of business. Oh, this one went out of business. This one went out of business. I put on my resume, got into telecom. I had no fucking clue about telecom, dude. None.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, I'm telling you. It's you can't get a job. You kidding me?
Oh my
When
gosh.
you didn't have fucking $10 in your pocket, what did you do to go get that $10 so you can get a bag of dope? Oh, you fucking manipulate. You schemed. You take the same effort you put into that and put it into trying to do something legal. Trust me, these motherfuckers never know what'll hit them.
Change your game, not your hustle.
Yeah, dude, they don't know what. That's why I say the company I work for now, has no clue who they fucking hired.
Yeah.
And I clear background check, believe it or not.
Wow.
Hey, I got.
I guess over time, huh?
Yeah, so they can't go back a certain amount of years.
Yeah.
But either way.
And also the nice thing is, all you do is go look at your results as well.
yeah,
I mean,
I'm good at what I do.
Yeah.
So, but, dude, I got to. I said, I'm gonna die dope fiend junkie. I got to that point, right? And I did some horrible shit. Basically, we went through IVF, had kids and stuff like that. And I started trying to get clean again. I was going to meetings again. Dude, I was bouncing in and out. Bouncing in and out.
Because that's tough. You were trying to get off on your own?
Yeah, no, with Suboxone and this.
Gotcha.
I was basically replacing one drug with another fucking drug. I don't want Suboxone, methanol.
Yeah.
Dude, all you're doing is you're still fucking getting high. You're just doing it legally now, just like whatever. It doesn't matter, whatever.
Yeah.
For me, it's a different, but that's what I did.
Yep.
So, and I kept trying to get clean and I kept pulling back this. COVID hit, and we had the 2 boys, and she was pregnant with our 3rd kid. And I had some issues with my license up in New York. I had to go clear up, and I was clean. Right? I was, I stayed clean for a little while, and went up to New York. Basically, the city was shut down essentially, but essentials were open. Drivers, like DMV was open, stuff like that. The city was. I've never seen a city like that. Ghost city, New York City. It's like Armageddon type thing.
Right.
You don't see anybody. It's like the Legend.
Right. I love that movie.
Like that. But it was empty, right? And I was in Midtown Manhattan, dude. Midtown Manhattan, right by Madison Square Garden, dude. Dude, I was like, man, I want a slice of pizza. I paid off some fines, this and that, blah, 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 from the old past. Cleaning up wreckage in my past, essentially, right? Making amends. And I'm walking down 8th Avenue, just coming off 33rd Street. Went to Supreme's Pizza. I was having some really good pizza over there. And I hear, Sammy! What the fuck? Sammy! Who the fuck's calling me? I see my boy John. Dude,
Out of New York.
In all of New York City,
8 million people.
Dude, out of all of New York City, at the same time I'm there, Sammy! I'm like, oh shit, John, he was a good friend of mine. Well, good friend,
Heard. Street.
Yeah. And he's like, oh shit, what's up, John? How you doing? Blah, blah, blah. We started talking this and that. He said, what are you doing? I said, I just went to DMV. And then he had that look. Oh, this motherfucker's high. I said, are you holding? He goes, yeah, I'm holding. I said, fucking give me a bag. No. I was off to the races again. No, this is where things started getting really, really dark for me. My girl was pregnant with our 3rd kid, and she had to go through C-section, right? And now it's like 3 and 4 months, and she was scared. And I was like, I'm going to be there for you. And I was sober at this time. I was going to be there for you, this and that, blah, blah, blah. And I was showing support. I said, don't worry about it. We got this. We can do this together. I was being supportive. And I was off to the races now. Now it's like I started spiraling back, you know. The
Comes
day-
quicker.
Yeah, then all of a sudden, the day, I was still saying, oh, I'm going to be there, I'm going to be there. The day we had to wake up 4 o'clock in the morning, 4:30 in the morning, I'm done. I'm so high. She said, Sammy, come on, we got to go. What the fuck are you talking about? We got to go, C-section. Fuck it, you go by yourself, I told her. She said, what? And she knew. You know, you're right. I said, no, get the fuck out of here. She ended up going, having a C-section all by herself. Now,
Wow.
yeah, that.
Talk about guilt.
No, I wasn't guilty then. I was so high, I didn't care. I was at that point again. I didn't care about no one, no place, nothing. Just getting high.
Yeah.
Because I went from, seriously, from being clean for a little while and like 2-3 months later, down quick. And I was like, she took the car. We had one car at that time, right? Because we didn't need a second car. She took the car, and this and that. I was like, oh, fuck, she took the fucking car. So I'm going to go get some more. I got an idea. I'm going to take the Uber. Instead of taking the Uber to go cop, I took the Uber to go to the hospital to cover. I'm coming right now. I called up. I'm coming right now. Come see. What the fuck are you coming for? I said, I'm coming. I want to see you and the baby.
Right.
Go.
Get the keys.
Yeah. That's what I'm scheming.
Right.
I could have just taken the Uber to go and get cop and come back, and that's it. Just leave her alone, right? But no, I want to go. I want to try to be a dad.
Yeah.
Just go see my newborn son. I get to the hospital and it's COVID, so it's like he's locked down essentially.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm the father. Blah blah blah. We go in. She's like, "What are you doing here?" I said, "I'm coming to see you." Just get the fuck out of here. I'm done with you. I'm like, fuck no. I took. I said, I'm taking the car keys. I took the key. Dude, I was passing up. I practically totaled the car. Right, and I went back to. I didn't care. That's how bad it was. And her brothers and her brother and her stepdad came out. I went at it with her brother. They're trying to kick me out of my house. I'm like, who the fuck you went at it with her brother, right? And then she calls me up, Sammy, I really want you out of the house. I said, you know what, I will leave. So I ended up packing my stuff and leave. Went into Baltimore. This is when I moved into Maryland. I'm all over the place, dude.
Yes.
I'm all over the fucking place. Yeah, and then we went to Baltimore, copped some more, this and that. I found a place to stay, this and that. I found one of these sober houses type things. I, still had a roof over my head.
Right.
Right. And I got to the point, I didn't even tell you before that, when I was first, it's like when I relapsed again, after like 2-3 years, I tried to take my life. I tried OD on purpose. I took like 30 Klonopins. I did like about 30 bags of dope.
Klonopin.
Yeah, and dope. But then the thing is, it's like, because I knew she was at the house.
Yeah.
Right? I didn't want to live anymore. I was like, I was like, I want to die a fucking dope fiend, Dougie. It's better than it's like.
So you got them all down?
Oh yeah, I said, dude, water.
Hey, forget about it.
I wasn't drinking though.
Yeah.
I was still going to meetings.
Yeah, awesome.
And I was telling you people how to stay sober. Meanwhile, I'm like this. Telling you people, I was like, so when I was in Maryland, I had this one guy who used to tell me, I used to tell him, I'm sober. And he goes, maybe you're not done, kid. So what are you talking about? I haven't drinking in a long time. I said, maybe you're not done, kid. Maybe you're not done. And he kept telling me, maybe you're not done, kid. Maybe you're not done. And so the second time, I tried to take my life again when I was in the streets of Baltimore because the guilt of what I did hit me to her and, my newborn. I was like, fuck it. I'm better off dead. I'm a piece of shit. I tried OD. Basically, I hid in the corner, cuff. I didn't call anybody, dude. I did that. I was ending my life. That's it. And they hit me. Basically, I don't know how they found me, whatever, but they hit me with 3 Narcans. Right? And I woke up in the ambulance, and I was like, why the fuck did you wake me up? And they're like, but they didn't have Baker shit up there.
Baker Act, right.
I don't ever, that's the first time I heard what the fuck's Baker Act. That's when they commit you. What the fuck is Baker Act? You can't get Baker.
Ain't no joke down here.
Up there, no,
Yeah.
Up there, they don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
So, I bet you never guessed what I did after I left the ambulance. Went to go get more drugs.
No.
Yeah, dude. Because I wasn't done yet.
Yeah.
Right? And then it kept
all
happening.
that wreckage.
Dude, I wasn't done. And the fucking crazy things like These allergies, this fucking pollen's killing me.
Dave, can you run and grab some water? Just walk in front of the camera, please.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so basically this goes back to, now I found a job working for a solar company. I was working with China Telecom. I was making 6 figures again, everything, but I was still fucking getting high. I was like, this is it. It's like, this isn't life.
Yeah.
I had the money and this and that, but I was still left. I left the drug business, hustling on the corner because I was better than that. But instead, I got a good, suit and tie job, and but I'm still a dope fiend,
Right.
right? And I ended up getting a job for the solar company. They give me a company car and this and that, and they pay for the hotels, so I'm traveling a lot. Dude, I copped in every fucking state practically in this country.
We can find it, can't we?
With it, I'm telling you, it's like you know the look.
Yeah.
You know the neighborhoods and
Yeah.
this and that. I had no fear. I didn't care.
Yeah.
Dude, nobody's going to try to rob me. Get the
Yeah.
fuck out of here. And I got beat a couple times, but it's
part of the game.
Yeah. I got hustled. Hey, good, yeah. And it's hard to hustle me. Trust
Yeah.
me. I'm not one of those slick, stupid willies. I'm a slick willie, and I got hustled a few times. I'm not gonna deny it, and so where was I going with this? Where was
To
it?
sobriety.
Oh.
You were feeling guilty and you tried to OD a second time.
So basically, I was working back and forth up in. I was traveling, copping in every different state, this and that, right? And I'd come, this is when my family moved down to Florida, right? It's like just during COVID, right? After the baby was born, about 6 months later.
2020.
Yeah, basically 6 months later, basically. Before that, we were looking to buy a house down here. If COVID hit, the fucking houses went crazy. Oh my God. So, but, and then.
Thank you, Dave.
Thank you, Dave. And, excuse me.
No, you're good.
And what happened was, ended up moving down here, but I'd be down here for like 3 weeks, be gone for like 3 months, and I was in a hotel. And basically, 3 months in a hotel, working, basically getting high, staying in a hotel. It's like they talk about that loneliness, Even though I had kids, I had wife, this and that, whatever.
I traveled for 20 years in hotels. Now, mine wasn't drugs, but that loneliness and the walls closing in on you.
Yeah. But Brett, I was still sober.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I didn't drink. I haven't had a drink, dude.
Yeah.
I still haven't had a drink, man.
Yeah.
Hey. All right. So, and 3 months gone, back down 3 years, 3 weeks. 3 months gone, back 3. And I did that for about 3 years, right? And she had the kids. We had 3 little babies, and she was, I was supporting and all that stuff, right? And it got to the point where it was like, she's like, look, I can't do this alone anymore. You need to find something down here. And that's what I did. I found something down here. Now, the great dope fiend that I am, I was like, I got to make sure I have enough, So when I come down here, I got to find, because I didn't know where to cop.
Yeah,
I knew places to cop, but I'm paying the price they were talking about. I said, no way am I paying street prices, bro. I'm not paying street prices. I got to find the connects, the real connects, the connects behind the connect.
With the good stuff.
Yeah, with the good stuff, yeah.
Not all cut.
So I came down with 600 grams of heroin through the airport.
No.
TSA. Yeah, dude, of course. Dude, I'm a smuggler. Come on. I know how to smuggle. I was getting high. I didn't care.
Yeah.
And all those times I got arrested, I didn't get arrested. I got rescued. I just didn't know it then.
Yeah.
So, I came down with 600 grams of heroin.
You didn't get rescued this time.
No, I didn't get arrested.
Well, that's what I'm saying, rescued. Yeah.
So August 8th, I got here August 8th of 2023. And I woke up on the 9th, sick as a dog, right? The normal withdrawals. I don't want to get graphic, people. Trust me, you don't want to know. If you've never done it, you don't want to know. And I had the answer to my problem right in my hands. 600 grams of And then it just hit me. Holy shit. I'm fucking done. And I flushed it down the toilet. 600 grams of heroin down the toilet.
Going through withdrawal.
Yeah, I was done. I was absolutely done. I said, I can't do this anymore. I don't know what to do. I'm lost. I deserve better than this. I finally started believing those comments I used to say. I deserve better than this. I have worth. I have value. I need to find my purpose. I need to find my purpose. I have to find my purpose. Why am I here? I started. No, it was the first 30, 60 days was the roughest time I went through it.
You did it all on your own?
I went all the way through it, dude.
Mackerel.
Because I was done. I came into the rooms of Alcoholics Anonymous here in Orange Park, and I raised my hand. I need help. I'm struggling. Please, somebody help me. Nobody came. I did it every day. And I would stay in the meeting 4 or 5. Dude, I lived in the meeting practically. I'd make 3, 4, 5 because that's how bad I wanted this. Right? And I stayed in the rooms and I kept raising my hand. I need help. Please, somebody help me. I'm struggling. I'd go outside, you know, where the bench is. I'd sit after the meeting. I'd sit down there, wait for somebody to come talk to me. Nobody came to talk to me. For 3 weeks, I started getting pissed off at that meeting. It's like these motherfuckers in here talking about, oh, it's about service, giving back, bah, 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 bah. And not one motherfucker came up to me. I was like, you people, I guess, then I started saying, you people are full of fucking shit. You know, you preach this game, you preach that game, and you don't even follow through. You come in here and you talk a good game, but when you walk out there, you're a piece of shits. And that's what I'm saying. You know, it's like, right? Because I knew the answers, right? And then 3 weeks, I think you were there too, in that meeting when it finally happened. It was 8:30 at night. A man you had in the seat, right? And I shared, because that day, dude, I was almost gone again, because that's how much I was struggling. I was so struggling. I just needed to hear something, just struggling. That day I went hunting for it again. I went to the hood.
Yeah.
And I was scheming.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, fuck, I'm there. I said,
A mental obsession.
Yeah. And I say, change them. They say, change, you know, move a muscle, change your thoughts. So I said, fuck it, let me go get this car cleaned. I went to go get the car cleaned and started, you know, I started doing other things. I started, you know, working, you know, it's the stuff that I heard in the rooms, right? I started working the stuff I kept hearing in the rooms. And I went to the meeting, and this and that. 8:30, and I raised my hand. Man, I'm struggling, man. I went hunting for it today, this and that, blah, blah, blah. And I need help. The meeting was over. I sat down on the bench, and here comes this man. Dude, Matt, okay? Here comes this man, and he sits down, and he's like, hey, I understand, and I'm here to help. I didn't realize the weight on my shoulders until he helped me lift it.
Doing for us what we could not do for ourselves.
And that's what I needed to hear when he said, I understand what you're going through. It's like, thank you. You know, because it's like, you know, this God thing and all this other stuff. And just like, I just, you know, and I sat down with him and he goes, you okay? I said, no. I said, I'm struggling. We started talking this and that. And the first thing I asked him, I said, you got a sponsor? He goes, yeah, I got a great sponsor. I'll give you his number. You know, be sure to be, I'm sure he'll help you out. I said, no, brother. I don't want your sponsor. I just want to make sure you have a sponsor, because the shit I'm about to drop on you, you're gonna need one, because you're gonna be overwhelmed. And he started laughing. I said, look, let's meet tomorrow. I want to get this through. I want to do my 4th step.
You're ready.
I was done.
Yeah.
I did my 4th
And
step.
you'd already tasted what that piece was like.
Yeah.
You know,
I knew. And then the things, that's why I try to figure
Mickey
out.
showed you the path.
And that's the thing. It's like, keep it simple, stupid.
Yeah.
They complicate this fellowship to the point where we're killing people, man. I really believe it, man. It's like, oh, you've got to change everything. No, I don't have to fucking change a goddamn thing if I don't want to.
There's one requirement.
Except don't drink.
There's one requirement.
That's it.
You don't even have to stop drinking.
Yeah.
You just have to have a desire to stop drinking.
But it's like, you know, I hear people like, oh, you take alcohol away from a drunken horse thief, you're left with a horse thief. Yeah, but he's a sober horse thief. Now, here's the great part. He can continue to be a horse thief and become better at it, or he can change and not be a horse thief. He has a choice as long as he stays sober.
What keeps you in the room so often?
Why do I go to meetings every day?
Yeah.
Very simple. I go to meetings every day to find out what happens to people who don't go to meetings every day.
Mm.
And here it is. Hey, my name is so-and-so, just coming back. Well, what happened? I stopped going to meetings. This is the best one. I love this one. Man, my wife is stressing me out. My job is stressing me out. My kids are stressing me out. I'm feeling anxious. I'm fearful. I haven't been to a meeting all week. That's why I show up every day, because I don't want to be there. I don't want to feel like that. And Mickey, Sammy, how often did you drink, kid? I didn't drink all the time. Mickey, what the fuck are you talking about? Well, how often did you drink? Every day? So how often should you go to a meeting? Every day? Dude, I used every day. I had that misery that just only a true alcoholic could feel that loneliness, that despair, the four horsemen. Terror, bewilderment. God, I forgot what the other two were. But just that was me. I couldn't see my life with it. I couldn't see my life without it. I was at that.
The jumping off point.
Yeah. It's like God brought me in here. Well, at first I was like, no, God didn't bring me in here. The fucking pain and suffering that I had brought me in here. And then it hit me. God did bring me in here. Gift of desperation.
Yep.
Brought me in here.
Some of the first gods people ever meet.
Yeah. Desperation. And I still hold on to that desperation, man, because
I don't want it to be comfortable.
No, absolutely not.
I like coming in with reverence.
Yeah.
Now, I joke and kid and have a good time,
yeah,
but when I walk in those rooms, I know there's a Brett sitting in there.
Mm-hmm.
I know there's a Sammy. You and I don't have those. Drugs weren't my thing necessarily.
Well, they both had alcohol and drugs.
They do. Mine. David taught me to say yet. And so it wasn't mine yet. But the loneliness and despair, there's a commonality.
And fear like no one ever knows.
And so my greatest fear today is if I don't tell the rawness that's in me, the brutal honesty, that other Brett knows I'm bullshitting.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. I call you quickly.
Absolutely.
I call you on bullshit.
Absolutely. And they know. And
like you do me.
Yeah, absolutely. But you can sit in there. It's not even in there. It's just people talking. When they find out I don't drink, it's funny to listen to people tell their stories. And as they talk about their stories, and they're not in the rooms, or they found it in religion, or they found it in this, and they start talking, you hear the misery in their life, and you're like, well, how big's your God? I love that Tim Tebow said that. And to let it all merge, the spirituality is what I love. And I got that from my children. My children taught me that. I was a Baptist, I was a Methodist, I was a Catholic, I was Islam. I like the spirituality side, because if my God is who I know him to be, he can reveal himself to everybody.
Picture this, okay? You got two people, right? They both have a seed, and they plant it. The religious person sits there and prays, grow, 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 grow. The spiritual person tills the soil, waters the soil, starts to prune it when it comes out, and you see this big, beautiful tree. The spiritual person's working it, while the other person's praying, God, please, grow, 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 with no work in it.
It's so funny you say this, because growing up, and I was around a lot of great believers who truly had a personal relationship with a higher power. And then there were the unspokens and the sharing and the small groups, and there was never brutal honesty in a church that I went to the way there was in the rooms of Alcoholics Anonymous.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember first walking in those places.
They have an image to uphold.
Yeah.
We know the rawness of this.
Yeah.
We understand the darkness and depravity that we've gone through and been through. It's like religion's for people afraid to go to hell. Spirituality's for people who've been there and don't want to go back.
There it is.
And I don't want to go back anymore. So going back to the point where I was talking about why I ended up going back out
Yeah.
because of this God thing, because I kept hearing the same thing, and I ended up going back out. And then, it's like Mickey kept telling me, find your own understanding, find your own understanding, find your own understanding. And don't listen to anybody else's nonsense, right? Because here's the crazy part, right? Anything that you hear in the rooms, don't believe. Check and verify if it's in the big book.
Yep. Trust but verify.
Yep.
Yep.
Don't believe anything you hear. And if you think you hear something right, check and verify it in the big book.
Was Mickey one of those boys that walked in with a book in his hand?
No.
Yeah.
No. He wasn't a big book thumper.
Yeah.
He goes, because he used to tell me, I can't tell you what to do.
Yeah.
Picture me, another alcoholic, telling you what to do.
I couldn't even fix my own life.
My thinking got me here. My best thinking got me here, he used to tell me. It's like my thinking is upside down. Dude, you don't want my advice. I tell you, trust me, you don't want my advice.
Yeah.
And then I had another sponsor who's telling me, pray, pray, pray. When I was doing my fourth step, dude, first time I did it, right? My father was on my fourth step, the grudge list. It was motherfucker, right? You guys remember my father's watch part one.
Watch part one, you'll know why.
So and I was like, this motherfucker. He goes, well, you need to make it. I gotta put him on my ninth step. I said, put him on my ninth step? Are you fucking nuts? I said, I want this motherfucker dead. I said, what are you talking about? He said, well, pray about it. I said, pray about it? I just told you I want this motherfucker dead.
Oh, gosh.
I was like, I want him dead. He goes, this is the best line. Jimmy Shoes, my old sponsor, Jimmy
That's
Shoes.
awesome.
Now. I said, I got Jimmy the Butcher,
Right,
Mickey Finn, Jimmy Shoes. Hey.
Mickey Finn.
He goes,
Oh, my gosh.
pray for him. I said, I told you, pray he gets hit by a bus. Like, you know what? I could do that.
Okay.
I could definitely do that. Going back.
I love sponsors.
I'm telling you. And I started praying. I said, God, I hope this motherfucker gets hit by a bus. I swear to God. I said, I know he wasn't going to get hit by a bus because he was locked up in prison. But I was like, I hope this motherfucker gets hit by a bus.
Oh, my gosh.
I started
that's
praying.
hilarious.
I started praying. And then as time went on, I started to change, and my prayers started changing.
Wow.
Just like with the mirror thing. Look in
Yeah.
the mirror. Yeah, Mickey Finn believes I'm worth it.
I think Mickey knew something about action.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's exactly it.
Yeah.
It's the mustard seed. Just
do.
start. The mustard seed of faith. Just start.
I remember when he told me, my first sponsor told me, he said, Brett, I don't care if you believe it. I don't care if you trust it. I don't care if you like it. Are you willing to do it?
That's it.
And if you're willing to do it, I can help. If you're not, here's $20.
Don't let the door hit you with a good Lord split you.
and that they weren't there for my feelings. They couldn't have cared less. I had stacked up stupidity in my life. Like you said, business wise, I was successful.
Yeah, in every aspect. Yeah.
Yeah, but behind the doors, there was just absolute chaos. And my gift of desperation, was judges and things of that nature. I was looking at some time.
I didn't care, dude.
Yeah.
I didn't care. Right?
Yeah, I guess there's those different levels of elevators that we get off
Here's the
of.
crazy part, right? We're talking about dude, I had so many bottoms. I found trap doors in every bottom I hit. I had high bottoms, low bottoms, mid bottoms, super low bottoms, super high bottoms. Dude, so many damn bottoms, right? And then Mickey again. I'm telling you, everything that comes out of my mouth is him. It's just it's like, Mickey, I don't know when I hit bottom. It was when you stop fucking digging, right? Because this bottom I had was pretty high.
Yeah.
I still had the house, still had the life, the kids, the cars, the jobs, everything. I got to one. And then, so when I did the fourth step after, I started helping guys out. So now going back to the God thing, right? Here's the thing that I discovered for myself, right? My God, when I think, I say this all the time too. It's like, I meditate, I pray, I believe there's something. It's like, dude, let me give you a perfect example, right? People are like, oh, what about the Big Bang Theory? Well, there is the universe. Dude, this makes sense to me. I don't know about you, but to me it makes sense. Big Bang Theory. Where the hell did the Big Bang Theory come from? Where did the Big Bang come from? Just that alone. How could something come from nothing?
Yeah.
0 plus 0 equals what? 0. So there's something. There's got to be a creator. There's got to be something. I don't know what it is. That's why I say I don't know if there is a God or there isn't. I know there's something.
They always, I've heard it said many times that it takes as much faith to believe in everything came from nothing as it does to believe in some higher power.
Yeah.
And by the way, I hate to blow some people's minds up, but there's nowhere in the Bible that I can find that, or any other religious, that talks about, I don't know how you can't have a God and a Big Bang.
No, but it's no. But
You
that's
just
exactly what it is.
Who
You know what it was?
cares?
It was God going big bang with his hands, and poof,
Right.
the world was created.
Because you talk about 7 days, and the Bible says 1,000 years are as a day, and a day is 1,000 years. So how long is it going to be? I don't know. I don't care.
Don't overcomplicate it, people.
Right. All I
remember,
know.
you're complicating a glass of water.
Yeah. All I know is this. I just want to do my very best to reach out to others
Purpose.
now. Purpose.
That's what I found, and that's the thing. It's like people 'cause I don't preach Jesus.
Yeah.
I don't. It's like my belief is my belief.
Yep.
It's nobody else's business but my own. There's 8 billion people in this world. Guess what? There's 8 billion definitions of God.
Yeah.
It's everybody's own interpretation.
The funny thing is to watch the directors of religion and for us
They're forcing their views.
Oh my gosh. And
Yeah.
I mean, you need this kind
Yeah.
and you need this kind. And I sit back and I ask, and I've grown up in that.
Mhm.
And I sit back and I ask, how big is your God that he needs you in the front saying it 10 times to me? Or can you just say it once and whisper? Because that's how God talks to me. Like you
Oh
just
my God.
mentioned the whisper.
My God, I say that. My God speaks so softly.
Yeah. He doesn't repeat it over and
No.
over and over and over and over till
Yeah.
Ignatium.
Ignatium.
Ooh, that was a tough one for me.
It's
Ignatium.
No, it's not.
But yeah,
In nauseum.
yeah. Did I not say it right again?
No, in nauseum.
Dave.
Oh, I don't know about that one.
It's in nauseum.
I'm gonna say Ignatium.
That's agnostic. That's what
okay.
I am. I'm agnostic.
Okay.
Don't tell me. Show me.
There you go. Okay, now I'm gonna have to look it up. I'll put it on
A
there.
doubting Tom.
Yes, doubting
Let
Thomas.
me see the holes. Let me see the
Yep.
stab wounds.
Yep.
I'm not doubting there is. There is.
Yep.
Right? But don't tell me what your higher powers. Show me how he works in your life. Show me by example. Lead. I say this all the time. I find my high power through people.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's like, it talks about the big book, people will fail you. No, not all people. Because there's good in every one of us. I
Yeah.
believe that. I believe there's good and evil in every one of us. Talks about the bad wolf, good wolf.
Yep.
It's the evil wolf and the good wolf. Which one do I choose to feed?
How much of your past do you tell your children?
Not much.
Yeah.
For my older ones have an idea. Because remember, they used
Yeah.
to come visit me when I was locked up.
Yeah.
I used to tell them I was in the military because we had military greens and military tans.
I mean, there'll come a day though that
They have
kids
an
aren't
idea. Trust me, I know they're not stupid.
Yeah.
No kid is. Dude, I was 7 years old. I knew my dad was dealing drugs,
Yeah.
bringing in weed. And come on. It's like,
But the same token, they also know there's a different dad walking in the
Yeah.
door today.
yeah. My kids now, right, they don't know much about my past.
The Sammy,
Yeah, the old
of
Sammy.
old.
They know that I struggle. They've seen me. I can't say they've never seen me high because they were
Yeah.
born, obviously, but they don't know that side of me today.
That's pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like I'm a coach on a baseball team.
Yeah. And a good one.
Yeah,
You're a good dad.
Yeah. Oh,
And you're going through personal issues now and still staying sober through
Yeah.
all this.
yeah.
Is it do you have men that you still work with?
Oh yeah, I've got a lot of guys that work.
Yeah.
I only work with guys who are willing to work for themselves.
Yep.
I say this all the time. I'm not going to chase somebody's sobriety. You need to chase your own.
Yeah.
It's like I can't want your sobriety more than you want it.
Yeah.
And I don't tell anybody ever what to do
Yep.
because if I do, I'm playing God, and I'm not God. I don't want control over anybody's life. I have enough control over my own. I don't need any more anybody else's. I don't tell people what to do. I tell them, if I've, hey, I'm going through this. If I've gone through it, this is how I did it. This is how I got through it. The only thing I can tell them I'm an expert at is how I got past my alcoholism and my drug addiction. This is what I did. I did this, and this.
I think that's why it works so well. I think that's why when it's applied properly,
Yeah.
I think that's why it works so well.
Yeah. And I hate preachers. I hate preachers in the rooms. Oh,
Yeah.
you got to do this. I ain't got to
Hey,
do
don't.
shit.
I ain't got to do nothing.
No.
Oh, I okay. I did lose it couple weeks ago. I had
Dude, I lose it all the time.
I had somebody talk about you can't. Somebody said the F word or something. You know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay, we're gonna keep very basic. And I was like, the fuck I can't.
Dude, I do that shit too. Trust me, I do that too.
Because I would have been out
Don't
of the
swear. Who the fuck are you to
Yeah,
tell me don't swear?
where's that on the walls? Now there are some rooms that before they read the preamble, they request that you don't.
Yeah,
I honor
it
that.
might offend others.
I honor that.
You know what
it's
I say?
it's their clubhouse.
The first thing I say is, "Oh fuck,"
but I still hear curse words in there.
No, because the thing is, it offends you. I'm sorry it offends you. Deal with it.
Yeah,
Like,
because that's not what we're here for.
And all counselors just tell me, "Fuck you and your putney little feelings." And he was right.
Brutal honesty is what keeps guys like me and you sober.
Man.
I'm talking about spiritually now.
Oh,
today,
yeah. Dude,
Isn't that funny that today I fight spiritual sobriety? It's not alcohol and liquid, and because I now understand that if it wasn't going to be that, it'd been women. It'd been in business. They praised me, and I was a workaholic for decades. I didn't even drink in my 30s, until my early 30s. I really started picking up again. So I have to be very careful. I have to be diligent.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because it'll sneak up on me so quick.
That's one of the reasons why it's like, dude, my thinking's still fucked up.
I wake up angry often.
And people are like, oh,
for no reason.
What's your trigger? I woke up.
I have to spend some time. I have to do my spiritual maintenance. Whatever that is for someone, for me, is getting on my knees and going, Lord, I can't, you can. I'm going to let you today, or at least for this hour. And then my wife wakes up and I'm an idiot. And I go, oh, well, we're going to start over again. That's what I love about when I walked in those rooms. There was cussing. I mean, that room was ugly back then. It was nasty. It had the smoke smell, and they were just. It was dingy.
Mickey said, "There's sobriety in the ashtrays."
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. Cleaning the ashtrays. Are you kidding me, man? And I missed some of that. I mean, it was, and the old timers that were in there, they
were real old.
They were real.
Now it's a different breed.
We're still here.
Yeah, no,
I'm starting to realize that we are becoming old timers, and an old timer is someone who holds any system accountable. You know, I mean, listen, all I'm saying is there is no system. We have no leaders. We have but trusted servants.
They do not govern.
They do not govern.
So don't tell me if I can curse or not curse. Fuck you.
And this is in church. They could show me all their bylaws, and they could walk me right out of church. In AA, you can't walk me out unless I am, doing things obviously inappropriate in that regards. But I've sat in a lot of rooms and a lot of arguments, a lot of fights, and you're just sitting there, and it's like a bar. It's awesome.
You're surrounded by a bunch of alcoholics. What do you expect to happen?
A bunch of sober alcoholics.
You know what they say about opinions?
Oh gosh.
You know what they say about opinions, right? Mine's the only one that matters to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares how much you know till they know how much you care, and that's really what.
That's exactly it. It's perfect.
Oh, I didn't come up with it. I'm like you, and I love saying it, not because I like to demean myself. I like to remind myself I learned nothing in those rooms. Yeah. It was all taught to me.
Yep. That's exactly
and it keeps me humble. It lets me know, because if it was taught to me, I can forget it. I got a built-in forgetter, brother.
Oh, me too.
Oh, man, I can forget. Oh, yeah. Anything I did bad is gone when I wake up. But what you did, I'm going to remember. I'll start playing it in the morning. Even before I'm out of REM sleep, there are some people that are on my checklist that my brain will start working. And if I don't catch it, it'll be in my upper chamber, and I'm irritable and discontent, and got to call another brother and put pen to paper and do work. I don't want to do that. That freaking pen to paper stuff, man. I don't want that. So
I get it. Trust me, I get it.
I'll do it. I will, because I love where I am today, and I'm not talking about financially.
Yeah,
I know you
peace.
do. Yeah, man.
Dude, it's
how do you explain? You can't.
I say it all the time. It's like, dude, I'm at peace. I can't explain this.
It doesn't matter what happens.
Take
it all.
Way, there's no way I can give somebody what I have like that, because it's like, I get it the more selfless I am, the more selfish I am.
Yep.
which it's a paradox. I hate the paradoxes
Yep.
in the room.
But they're so freaking true.
I say, yeah, it's like, this, it's like, easy does it, but do it.
Yeah.
Let go, but hold on. You're powerless, but you have the power within you. So what am I?
Which way do you want me to go?
Surrender to win.
Yeah.
You got to be selfless to be selfish. It's like, what?
It's a selfish program. Be selfless.
No, it's a selfless program for selfish people. It's like, what?
Oh my gosh.
But it's so true. It's like the more I give myself to other alcoholics, and it's like all I do is just guide them through the steps.
Yeah.
Listen, this is how I did it. I'm telling you to do it. You can do it any way you want to do it. But how I did it was this way, and this way, and this way, and this way. Now, if you want, you can try it my way. If not, do it your way. I can't. It's your journey, and that's where I've gotten to the point. It's like people that can you sponsor me? Say, look, that sponsor word, I really despise it. I do, because the thing is, when I think sponsor, you're putting me on a pedestal, dude.
Yeah.
I am no different than you. I'm just
Two drunks walking together.
I'm just another bozo on the bus.
Yep.
That's it. I'm a garden variety drunk. I'm no different than you. I'm no better than you. Right? We're both equals. Now I can teach you the way I was taught and how I do it. Right? And when somebody say, "Be a sponsor," I say, "I'll help you out, kid."
Yeah.
I don't tell them I'll be sure. I'll help you out. You can call me whatever you want, but I'll help you out.
I tell mine they're not allowed to tell anybody that I'm their sponsor. They hate it.
I wouldn't tell anybody either.
Yeah.
He's not. He's not my sponsor. No, seriously, he's not. Trust me, I promise you, he's not. You kidding me? The sick helping the sick?
Exactly.
Oh my God,
my
forget
gosh.
about it.
But in all seriousness, as we play, don't think your number isn't high up on my list.
Oh yeah, mine too, of course. Yeah,
You,
we help each other,
Marion,
yeah.
man, I have so many people that I know, and that was weird. I mean, man, at the bars, I didn't have people I could call. I could call him if I got arrested. My
that's
wife.
what it is. It's the fellowship that keeps me sober.
Yeah.
It's in the Bible. Wherever two people come in my name,
two or more
there I
gathered.
am.
Yep.
When two people gather in a meeting, there's a meeting.
And that's what threw me off as a churchgoer my whole life. When I sat in there, there was all this cussing, which I didn't mind cussing, but I was just like, how can? And then there sat God, and it was really for me early on. I'm just so grateful. I didn't have Mickey Finn. I had David Cottingham, who walked with me for 7.5 years before he passed, and he died sober. And the things that he handed to me literally changed the man I am today.
Yeah, absolutely.
The asshole still can come out.
Oh, dude,
you know,
I say it all the
but
time.
I have tools. I know. But I have
I'm an asshole.
Exactly.
I'm an
I thought you
asshole.
were talking about
Trust me.
mine. All right.
I'm an asshole, but I'm kind.
Yes.
I'm a,
Yes.
it's like, I may be an asshole, but I'm still a sober asshole.
You know why? Because they gave me tools like I'm not held accountable for my first thought.
Mm-hmm.
It's what I do with it. Right.
Damn you, Brett.
I know, right?
Why'd you ruin it,
Because
man?
I've killed 1 million people. I mean, 1 million. I'm a mass murderer, dude. And living in the moment today is what I cherish. That's the carrot I chase. Because if I'm working my program, my spiritual program properly, I find myself just enjoying the moment, even the struggles.
You're present.
I'm present.
It's like basically it's like anxiety, right? You get from the future. Depression, you get from the past. It's like people, I'm suffering from anxiety. Well, what are you afraid of? Like what is it that you're afraid of? What you can't predict the future? Like, of course you can't. You're not God. I say this too to the guys. It's like you have 1 foot in the future, 1 foot in the past. Guess what you're doing on today? You're shitting on today. Be present. Where are your feet at?
It works too.
It's crazy.
I didn't know how to do that.
No,
Living
I don't
in
stress anymore. I don't stress anymore. I really don't get me wrong. I have life stresses and things are going like my life situation. Things are going on in my life. It is what it is. I say it's like there's nothing. All I can do is do what I need to do and take care of my responsibilities. I can't control anybody. And dude, when I came to that realization, oh my God, that peace and that serenity. It's like, you mean people don't have to listen to me? You mean I don't have to tell anybody what to do? oh my God, I have no more responsibility but to myself. And
It lightens that load.
oh, I'm telling you, the sad part is like my old sponsor, Matt,
Mm-hmm.
he went back out,
Mm-hmm.
and I still text him. I still, hey brother, I'm here. I love you. When you're ready, I'll be here for you. And I do that, right? And one, to remind me that could be me very easily.
Yeah.
Two, to let him know that, hey, I care about you. And that's the thing about me. People
We
might-
don't kill our wounded.
No, it's not even. It's I don't kill anybody.
Yeah. Forget about it.
It's basically, it's like, I could be harsh sometimes. I know I can.
Yeah.
But from my experience, I needed that for me to open my eyes and realize
I
stuff.
did
And I
too.
say, it's like, but I genuinely care for people. I want people to get this. Like just last week, this kid who's struggling and this and that, dude. And I usually don't crosstalk, but I looked directly at him. I told him, I understand what you're going through, man. I understand that darkness that's surrounding you. I get it, man. I'm telling you, for me, I didn't think I was able to get this, but then I started to believe in something. It didn't matter. And I started.
It's the darkest black you
Yeah,
can
oh my
ever
God,
see.
yeah, it's just-
Light can't penetrate.
Dude, and it's like, they used to tell me, it's like, oh, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. I used to think it was a damn truck or a train, right? But then when I started coming, I started believing in something, just anything, dude. That mustard seed, my home group up in New York was called the Mustard Seed Group, right?
That's pretty cool.
And that's all we needed. And it's like, then you
That's
see a light.
true.
It's that light you see. Grab onto that light and grab it so hard. And I promise you, it'll blossom and it'll bloom, and you start surrounding yourself in that light.
Yeah.
And that was my purpose. I'm still an asshole.
Yeah.
And I still need to do better. I know I do. And if I don't do better every day, because that's, as long as I'm a better person than I was yesterday, I'm doing okay today.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I'm worse than I was yesterday.
I suck at AA sometimes.
Oh yeah.
But you guys gave me the right to do that.
Yeah.
And you guys
I'm
gave me
human.
you guys gave me the right to be as miserable as I like for as long as I like. Cuz y'all gave me a program. Man, if I plug it in, it works. It works every time, and I hate it.
I see you come in there sometimes.
Oh, I hate that. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Same thing. It's like
Oh,
you're
yeah.
dead.
I'll be sitting in here. I'll look at Dave. I'm going to a meeting, man. I'll see you later.
Oh, you can tell too. It's time sometimes.
It's like,
I need to get around my people.
I might not like everybody in the rooms, but
Yeah.
I love everyone in the room.
Yeah.
There's a difference. It's like, I know if I was ever really struggling to that point, Brett, man, I need your fucking help.
Yeah.
You'd be there for me.
In a heartbeat.
And that's that's what I need.
Yeah.
And not just that I need it, I want that in my life. It's like this fellowship. It's like, it's not for people who need it. It's for people who want it.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know I wanted this. I
Yep.
knew I
I
needed
had
it.
no idea.
Yeah.
I was trying to stay out of prison, man.
Yeah. It's like people are like, oh, if we want what we have, you do what we do. Dude, I have no fucking idea what you people
I
have.
have none.
I just didn't want what I had.
Yeah.
And then when I start to understand, it's like, wow, I want this. I started changing.
When I heard those belly laughs,
Yeah.
and you just that
That's how people live
genuine,
it. It's like-
yeah, and they're like having a blast, and yet he's paying restitution still. My sponsor, he's paying.
Dude, I'm
about
still paying
tens of-
restitution for the money that from the feds.
Yeah,
We're talking about a long time ago, 27 years. Dude. I'm still paying restitution for that shit.
But you know what?
But here's
What it brings?
You wonder how much I'm paying
Mm.
a month?
Mm.
$20 a month, and I owe them a lot of money still.
Hey.
I'm not even hitting the interest, dude.
Thank God
but
they
I'm
allow
paying
that.
it back.
You're doing the best you can.
Hey.
Exactly.
I know it's their money, but I'm trying to get interest on that money in stocks. That picture me talking about stocks. And bonds. I was, oh my God. I used to have a boiler room too. But
Oh, did you really?
Yeah, dude.
A boiler room.
A boiler room.
I know what you mean. So selling fake stocks.
Dude, that's basically penny
Well,
stock.
I mean, penny
Yeah,
stocks.
turn and burn. You know,
Yeah.
it's like hype and it's like,
Yeah.
oh, it's the greatest stock.
Now
in
they
the
just
world.
do it on apps.
Yeah, it's like, it's the greatest stock in the world. You gotta buy. It's the greatest stock in the in the world? It's going up. Look, it's going up now. It went up 5 cents. You know, penny stocks and stuff. And people get excited, get them all excited, and then just dump. It gets to the point where we got it about $1.50. All right, dump. We buy on the back end, and then everybody else gets screwed.
Wow. Over and over and over.
Yeah.
You ever get the urge to make that quick money again?
No, I do that now. I'm sales, dude. I get high off of sales, man.
I understand that.
You know, I get it. Like today, I had a great deal today. I closed a really good deal today. I made good money. It's like,
Yeah.
It's not even the thing. I was honest about it.
Yeah.
That's the crazy part. It's like, you know, it's like I found their pain points and I found a solution to their pain points. Exactly like the rooms, man.
Yeah.
It's really, everything I do, I learn from the rooms. I apply it to my life.
Authenticity is a powerful tool.
And I say this all the time. People don't buy products. People buy people.
100%.
You know, it's like if I came in, dude, this is what I do. This is a widget.
Yeah.
That's all it is, a widget.
Yeah.
You know, it's like sell me that. Perfect example. When Wolf of Wall Street, sell me this pen.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a great pen. It writes. It this and that. No. Of course, I can buy a dime a dozen pens. Sell me this pen.
Yeah.
You know, well, you see this? It's an original. It only does the thing that you want it to do. Right? Now, whether you want it or not, I don't know. So let me ask you this. Can you write a letter right now?
He said no.
No. Well, I got your problem right here. I got your solution for your problem right here. I want, perfect example. I could sell you a Brooklyn Bridge. I got this great bridge made of stone. It's an original. It's been around for 100 years. You know, it's like, write up a bill of sale right now for you. Emotional sell.
Yeah. You ever think about sharing via talking in front of people?
Oh, I've done inspiration. People say I should do it.
Yeah. You and I'll talk because I'm actually working on some things, not as a one person, but as a conglomerate.
Oh, absolutely. I would love to do
where we
inspiration.
walk around. It's almost like a sit down and almost like this, but it would be a 4, 5, 6 of us,
like a panel.
Yeah, and I'd literally want to be in schools. Young.
Absolutely. Oh, absolutely do that.
Get them while they're young.
Oh, absolutely. You know,
because that's when I started mentally. That's when I started adjusting. Was when I was young.
They thought that scared straight would work. No, it just made it worse.
Yeah, dude. Come on, it made it. Listen, our criminal system, our criminal justice system right now, all it does is you go in. I'm not saying that it doesn't work, you know, in a lot of regards, but a lot of them go in and learn more than they did before they went in there.
What's really, I believe, what's really happening is like the drug courts and all this other stuff that they're doing. That, you know, in replace incarceration. I think it might have changed me or whatever. It's like, you know, but the replacement of, you know, but giving people a shot and chance and stuff like that. It's like, I think that was the best thing, you know, but some people are taking advantage of it. So that it's just, you know, the real criminals, like, you know, back in the day, you know, it's like took advantage of stuff like that and it jaded the system. And now they're like, okay, 3 strikes, you're out type thing. And you go do you, but
I don't have the answer. I do know that my God does. If people can taste what I've seen through my chaos in my life and seen the miracles that He's brought into my life, there's no way I should be sitting where I'm sitting. And I know it wasn't me that did it. It was men like you that were willing to tell me. They didn't care about my feelings. They're willing to tell me the truth, you know. And then, like you said, they just told me their stories. Here's what I did. If you want what we have and you want to go to any length to get it, we got some suggestions.
Yeah, that's it.
And I took them as damn well betters.
Yeah, well, you know what suggestion is, right? Subtle command.
Yeah, damn well betters.
if you want to stay sober, you don't have to do it.
Yeah,
but I did it. And,
yeah,
you know, if you want to stay sober.
Yeah. And that's what I love about this podcast is I had no idea we would get into AA or Alcoholics Anonymous and by the way, I wouldn't judge Alcoholics Anonymous on this idiot right here.
Yeah, no, trust me. What I've shared is an opinion.
It's an opinion of 2 idiots that AA's helped.
And my opinion's based on my memories and my perception.
And if I happen to ever go out, y'all go look at my life. If I ever go out and drink or use, Go look at my life and see if it filters in with the 12 steps. You're gonna find out I wasn't doing AA. I wasn't doing that AA thing.
And the thing is, it's like, you know, today I know I'm sober. Tomorrow I don't know about it.
No.
Who knows? I might drink tomorrow.
Because I
don't
do
know.
worry about talking about AA on here, and I've talked to men in the program about it, and I'm getting more comfortable because there are some very famous men that
I
tell their
popped the
stories.
cherry?
Huh?
I
Yes.
popped the cherry.
Yeah, you
Oh,
and
I feel
you and Taj,
special.
you and Taj. Taj probably pot, but you know he didn't go.
Oh, he was your first?
He didn't really
Oh,
come
man,
out
I
and
got
say
sloppy
it.
seconds.
No, he didn't come out and say it though. No, he didn't kiss me.
I kissed you. He just fucked you. At least I kissed you before I fuck you.
Oh, I don't know why this thing's going downhill so fast.
Because we're alcoholics, dude.
Oh my gosh. You know, it has been a pleasure to have you on here 2 times. Thank you. This will not be your last. We do have other people that'll be coming on as well. But
I appreciate you even asking me to do this.
no, let me tell you, your story, however comical and however sensationalized it is, there's a story
But
of
it's not sensational.
No.
Like, that's the crazy part.
no, it's real life for you, but to other people, it's a movie. But the restoration that has come, you know, through you doing the deal, chopping wood, carrying water, doing the next right thing, and to see you grow, and then all of a sudden you're here popping off great business deals and have a life that some would dream of.
Wildest dreams. I
Yeah.
had some pretty wild dreams, dude.
Yeah. And I think it all becomes of one foot in front of the other, doing the grind of whatever you're in, whether it be business or AA or relationships or children or baseball. It's just making sure that I'm maximizing that moment.
Yeah.
And
one thing I want to say, it's like, just don't give up on the hope.
Yeah.
Just don't give up the hope, man.
yeah,
Because I promise you, there is another side to it, man.
I agree.
You know, because I was at that point, man. It's like the one thing I say all the time, like especially when I go talk to clients and stuff. I say, hey, how are you today? I say this very simple. It's a beautiful day. I woke up today. I got another shot at life.
To get it right.
I know I might screw up at the end of the day. I'm still an alcoholic. I might screw up, but I got another shot at it. You know,
Yeah.
most people, like on Mondays, for example, right? They'll be like, oh, man, it's Monday.
I know, right?
No, dude, I'm like, it's Monday. It's the start of a fresh week. I got another great week ahead of me. I can make this a great week. I might screw it up by the end of the week, but at least I look at it that way. Manifestation.
Yeah.
The sharpest tool in my toolbox, I say this all, is my tongue. What I say, I believe and I manifest and I create.
I believe that. You know, if you do have alcohol issues or substance issues, you can private message me. I know of national companies. I know of local companies, local businesses that actually help people in that. You know, I didn't mean for it to go here.
Yeah.
But since it's here, if people are watching this and it comes across somewhere, I have people locally that I know I can put you in touch with that are
me
here to
too.
help. Yeah, absolutely. There is a community, I'm going to tell you, in Duval County and Clay County that I am very proud to know. And by the way, it says recovered alcoholic 27 times in the big book.
What?
So I know,
So you
right?
mean I've recovered today?
Go figure.
Oh, my
Today, I'm a
gosh.
recovered alcoholic. Tomorrow, we'll see
I
about
don't
tomorrow.
know about tomorrow. Yeah,
I don't know
today.
about tomorrow. We'll talk in the morning.
Thank you, my brother.
Hey.
Daily reprieve. I really
Yeah.
want to thank you for letting me, share my story.
Man,
I'm glad. I really like where this conversation went, and that's,
That's why I wanted you to be able to finish it the way you wanted to finish it. I know we didn't get to complete that, and this is the finish that was meant to be. And I'm proud to
there's
have
still
been a
some
part
stuff
of it.
I left out. But
Oh, we're
that's-
gonna give. We getting back. There'll be a part 3, 4, and 5. Listen, if Joe Rogan had people on 58 times, I got one.
We'll find something to talk
Oh,
to Sammy about.
I already have regulars, folks. If you love what you see on All About the Grind with me and David and Sammy and people like us, give us a like, give us a share, tell your friends about us,
And
comment,
subscribe.
or don't. Go find another.
Concrete in the dirt.
Dave, you want to play this?
I am not even hitting the.
Dave, this is what I want you to
Start
do.
it
Back
over,
it up
Dave.
and play this thing and let us get out of here. Listen, we're rookies. What you want?
It's all right.
See you folks
You
on-
got to get some new editing skills.
Nah,
Yeah, we
forget-
need to get a better person.
Ah,
That's what we
forget
need.
about it.
Now
Hey.
you're the perfect person for the job.
Absolutely.
You are worthy of it, and
There
you know
it
what?
is.
I believe in you, brother.
Manifestation. Let's
Yeah.
manifest ourselves in the next episode. See y'all next week.
Yeah. I learned to stay strong. Concrete in the dirt I was raised on. Know how to put in work. Running all day, you know it's game on. My skin is thick, yeah, it's tough. Running, yeah, we stay alive.
Sammy, that was a
Ain't
good
gotta look
finish,
nowhere
bro.
else.
I had no idea. We didn't get that.